You're saving it?
Yeah, tell them.
See me, I'm sitting low. On 4G, when you see me, I'm getting dope.
Cracking, there's a cracking like we were cracking some bones. 4G Audio Podcast.
Just an average Friday.
Yeah, bud, what's going down? Okay, so I just want to say something really quick. I have a question. Bisho. What has 5 toes and isn't your foot?
Ooh, 5 toes isn't your foot.
Someone else's foot.
Jonesy's foot.
Ah.
Any motherfucking way. I'm Stylez the Prophet, baby.
You're fast with the Jonesy. I am B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Yeah, together with the Basement Weirdos. This is the 4G Audio Podcast, and usually whenever I heard the joke, you're supposed to say my foot. But however, I asked Bully earlier, and he said the same thing you did, someone else's foot. That is correct. Anyways, episode 244, and I don't know, it adds up to 10, whatever you want. But 44 is classic number in the world of me, and I love you. Happy Friday. Gang, gang, baby. So tonight, special guest, warning.
Indeed.
And he brought a friend of the show. Oh, warning. Spoiler alert. It's Tino. But we got Evan in the building, man. How's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Very good, man. Dressed fly as fuck, I see, for the show.
We're matching in orange, you know?
Oh, shit, man. I'm. Wait, where's
color.
the orange, man?
You got some orange
Oh, the
laces,
shoes,
and
okay.
You got an orange hat on.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. I looked down because I was wearing orange shorts earlier. So I was like, wait, I'm still wearing the orange shorts? No. I just have orange everywhere. Orange is my favorite color, man. So I'm on it, man.
It's the only orange thing I have, actually. It's just.
But it's not even orange. It's just orange on it, man.
Whatever.
But you wore it for us, man, and I appreciate that.
That's
He
what's
didn't
up.
know. He didn't
That's
know.
what's up.
Shit,
You
man.
don't need to wear orange. I just do it.
But how you doing, Tino? Back
Not
again?
too shabby, back again.
Fucking right, man.
Back yet again.
It's a clean gang, baby.
You might take that belt from Trip for most episodes on here.
Oh my god, yeah.
Soon
Yeah,
enough.
true that, eh? Holy shit.
I'm gonna have to let him know.
Yeah, speaking of that, I was talking to Trip this evening, last night, I guess.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah?
it was today, I don't know. But I talked to him. I haven't talked to him for a bit, so I was like, man, fuck, how the fuck you been? And I told him about a little thing we're doing, the cipher we're doing.
Yeah,
And I invited him to do it.
for sure.
We'll see.
What's he saying?
You'll have to pull up to this stew.
He said he's good, busy.
Yeah. I know
But,
he heard. I know he heard the beat because he was in the chat that night that
Oh,
we
that is-
showed it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So
But
just
enough about that.
yeah, I was just gonna say just a little history too, though. So last year at some point, I'm not gonna lie, I told B-Show earlier. I know exactly what day it was. It was June 5th. It was a Monday, and
The sun
went
was
in the
shining
market.
that day.
I went in the market and we were hanging out and stuff. And this is the story on how I know Evan.
Oh yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah. So we're sitting there and we ended up talking for a bit and whatever, and we talked for a while, blah blah blah. And I forget how it came up, but it turns out he knows Dip Black or knew Dip Black and stuff. And so I was like, hey, I got the tattoo and stuff, and like, hey, yeah. So we were broing down, and just side note, kind of funny story, not really, but I went in the washroom, and I thought to myself, yo, you know what? I shouldn't even be in the market. I haven't been here for a long time. I hear about like all this danger happening here and stuff, and then whenever I walked out and we're sitting there talking for a bit, Evan's like, yo, yeah, you hear about the 2 shootings recently? I'm like, oh, and I thought like, like last week and 2 weeks before that. I was like, when? He's like, right now. Like right out, like outside, like right now. And I was like, what the fuck,
I
man?
remember
I'm
it
like,
was on
holy
Clarence,
shit,
yeah.
man. I'm like, we gotta go. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Crazy.
But yeah, so we met like that, and then we kept seeing each other through the market and talking and stuff. And I thought, well, actually, it was his idea. He was like, you gotta get me on the show. I was like, let's do it, man. So just so everybody knows, that's what's going on here.
That's the
That's what's
connection.
going on, man. And you have a beautiful dog as well.
Yeah,
I
man.
know that. I'm not really into dogs or know much about them.
Yeah, we're-
But when my girlfriend makes a big deal about a dog, I understand it means something. But it's the same way as that when I make a big deal about a car, she knows that it means something,
True enough. True enough.
So I'm only saying that from
Fair, yeah.
memory.
I think maybe if I grew up with dogs, I wouldn't even own a dog. I love my dog, but my parents didn't want to have one growing up. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Okay, so
now that I lived alone when I was like, I don't know, like 20, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting a dog. I don't give a fuck, because
Yeah.
no one's gonna stop me. I'm living alone. Well, my landlord did actually. He evicted me, but
You know what, man? I
is he your landlord anymore?
no, that's
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, just
It's like
checking,
9 years ago. You know, it's funny. I seen him at a pizza one time, and he was like, I'm like all awkward. I'm with my girlfriend, and I'm like acting all proper because it's a new girlfriend. I'm not trying to look like a dirtbag. I'm not trying to also have him come up and be like, thanks for that broken wall and all the damage
Yeah,
and all the
right,
shit you caused me.
right.
And he's like, oh yeah, we're all good, man. We're all. He took the high road, was the bigger person, and you know what? Respect to that. But
Yeah,
he's not my
for
landlord
sure.
anymore.
Sorry, I interrupted you, man.
I was just gonna say, I got pets around when I was young as well, and I didn't think much of it at first. I got myself a rabbit when I was younger, and that thing's still living with me. And now at this point, man, like that's my little homie. You know what I mean? Like he's like 12 years old.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck,
Cadbury.
that's an old
He
rabbit, man.
outlived our dog. To be honest with you, we had to say goodbye to our dog in December. But yeah, man, you know what, man? They're the best friends you'll ever have
Oh,
because they just sit. Yeah,
Unconditional love.
they sit there and listen to you talk, and they just love you for who you are.
Oh,
You know,
I wish
nothing
mom
more
would listen to
genuine
talk
than that.
sometimes, but 100%. Like,
Sometimes they eat your food on you, and you're like, "Fuck you, man."
Oh, man.
she's just like, she's just beef way too many like homeless people, and I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Where am I sending this?
Oh, yeah, send it across.
Yeah,
So-
Tino doesn't smoke anymore.
Yeah, man's
What?
retired.
Man's
So,
retired, eh?
my,
You know what?
Retired from
I've been
CC.
slowing up a little bit myself. You
Yeah.
know?
That's my problem. I don't.
Yeah.
I have it a little bit.
My next battle is the cigarettes.
Piggyback.
It's a
That's
harder
a tough
battle.
one. That's a tough one.
Well, no,
I
you
bet,
know-
man.
You want to know what's harder about it, in my opinion? It's because you just smoke it, and you're not. You'll get something out of it for the short time, but you get high when you smoke a joint. You get drunk when you drink.
Yeah.
Thing is, when you're smoking, it's just like second nature. You're gonna smoke. You're not really changing in your demeanor, your mindset.
Yeah.
You're still you. So
Yeah,
it's just
right.
like it's like second nature instead of like this is a vice. It's a vice that's almost like lifting your friggin' arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was gonna say I was gonna say the exact same thing. It's like, yeah, well, I feel like you smoke a joint, and like if say you're like, okay, I'm not gonna smoke any more weed, okay, yeah. And then once you smoke the joint, you're like, oh shit, now I'm stoned, and then you're like, I don't know, whatever. Something happens, or you're confused, or you like lose, something, or like whatever, and you're like, oh shit, this is why I don't like smoking weed, or like whatever, like whatever it is, you're like, oh shit, I'm stoned and this, whatever. So like you said, it's like there's actually something that comes from it. So you're like, okay, next time you're faced with like, am I gonna smoke this joint? You're like, no, I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but with a cigarette, you're like, I'll smoke 3 of them and I'm fine.
Well,
like,
fuck, you know how many times I've been like, yeah, I used to smoke cigarettes every day. The reason I quit was when I broke my back. Couldn't lift my neck past a certain point, so I couldn't. But I mean, now anytime anyone offers one when I'm drinking, I'm like, sure. Or when I'm sober and I'm with someone that smokes, sure, I'll smoke one. But if it was a joint or, like a couple of drinks, I'm not going to do that before work. Well, maybe, but like certain
Yeah.
situations, I'm not going to do that, and it's...
Yeah.
even too, it almost comes down to like, like drink, no, I gotta go to work. Smoke, no, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
I'm a cigarette, like, so like it's like
Yeah,
exactly like you
Yeah,
said.
no,
It's like
Yeah,
if
it
there's
is
no,
that, though.
yeah,
Stunt my appetite, do this, do that. It's a jack of all trades.
yeah,
They
and
also
there's
used
no,
They also used to save the world, says the 1950s. So.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
somebody said something the other day, but I don't know what it was. But there was like an argument about something to do with doctors and science and like something that doctors are like promoting right now, and like they're like, yeah, but like they also used to say like lobotomies were gonna like fix shit too. You know what I mean? And they're like, but like
I
it
will-
didn't. Like
The thing is, like, I'm not gonna say it's just internet, but the fact of like just social media and just like worldwide knowledge and cultures kind of coinciding and crossing paths, I feel like there's more honesty and facts based than there was back in the day. They
True,
didn't
true.
even really do research. They're just like, yeah, like it's not really killing you because they never looked into it. They just
Yeah.
thinking everyone's dying of cancer because they're old. It's like no,
Yeah,
because you're smoking like a fucking chimney. You know what I mean?
yeah. They're like, look, this guy's smoked for 4 months. He's fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
yeah. Nothing more to look into.
For
Yeah.
real though, like cigarettes, man.
It's-
I think I had one. Had one yesterday. It was great, but like,
Like
That's
that was
like
the last
really-
one you had was yesterday.
yeah.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
that's good then.
Oh,
like
like no, but I don't smoke like that. When like I said, when I broke my back, like I fucking quit forcefully. But like it's only when I drink, and even then, I don't need to.
Yeah.
Smoke and drink. You know?
Yeah,
and
right.
I don't really smoke like that either. I like first day of high school. From then on, I smoked every day of my life.
Mm.
But like, I would buy a pack. I would probably go through like 2, maybe 3 packs in a week. Most of that was because I was drinking on the weekend or something, right? But then like in my mid-20s, I quit. Me and my buddy, we would all go. All of us would go to his house on Sunday, and we'd all hang out. We'd do whatever the fuck, hillbilly shit. And so one day we were there, and I was like, yo, you got a cigarette? He's like, I have 1 cigarette left. We're gonna share it. And he goes, this is my last cigarette. I'm sharing it with you. And I thought he meant like it's my last one out of the pack. He's like, no, I'm quitting. I'm like, cool. And then from now on, like this is how we'll count it. Every Sunday I'll see you. Go, okay, it's been another week. It's been another week, like this,
Yeah.
So, anyways, I went 3 months, man, and like I said, I was smoking like 3 or maybe 3 packs a week. I quit for 3 months. I had some stressful shit happen. Fucking life fell apart. And my buddy at work, man, he used to tease me all the time. He'd go, "Hey, man, like, because if he stopped working, like everyone had to stop working. So he'd be like, "Hey, man, like, come on, we're all having a cigarette. Like, I'll have one with us, you know?" And like, it was just a funny joke. We'd all laugh and joke. I didn't want to smoke. I didn't care, you know? But the one day he said it to me, I was just like, fucking, oh man, like, I was so upset and life's fucked up, whatever. Yeah, he's like, want a cigarette? I'm like, yeah. I smoked 2 of them before he smoked his one cigarette.
Oh, I've done that.
And I was
bro.
like, give me another cigarette. He goes, here you go. And he puts them down. He's like, you can come back to work whenever you want, man. And he goes into the fucking other room and like starts work. And I sat there smoking another cigarette. That day forward for the next 2 years, man, I smoked a pack a day, sometimes more than a pack a day.
Oh
But
my
one
God.
day, man, it just hit me. I started getting all these like head rushes and shit. And like, I'm like sick. Like I feel sick
Yeah.
to the point where like I have to sit down. I can't just keep working.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies, I remember with him one day, and I had a pack of cigarettes, and I held on to this one last cigarette forever because I'm like, I don't want to smoke. Finally, I smoked it, but I now was faced with a decision: do I buy another pack? I bought another pack. I didn't open it for a while. Finally, one day at work, I opened it, pulled the smoke out, smoked it. I threw it away halfway. I was like, I feel sick. I just gave him the rest of the
Yeah,
smoke.
that's
So I was
kinda
like,
how it
see you
was for
later,
me,
man.
like,
But now when
my
I drink
first
and shit,
cigarette,
I want to
like, me,
smoke.
like when I'm sober, like
Never
if
touched
I
them
have
again.
more than 2, like it kind of makes me feel like shit, man.
Yeah.
like- And you know what? They don't even taste good. But when I'm fucked up, yeah, like.
In
But I'm not gonna go into too much details because like I don't know who the fuck is watching this, but like at the same time, there's a lot of things I've done when I'm hammered, that didn't taste great, i.e. some women's vaginas and shit like
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
Like,
who hasn't? Yeah.
but like like just in drugs, whatever else. So
Yeah.
you know what? If a cigarette tastes like shit, that's definitely not my first concern when I'm hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last time I quit, that's what happened. One day, like I was just sitting in my apartment. I went and had a cigarette. Come back in. I'm sitting there. I'm like
Ugh.
this tastes like fucking like toxic shit.
Yeah.
And then I quit for 3 years. Right? It's
Yeah.
like magic. But the thing is the next day I was having like such horrible anxiety. I went in and bought a fucking Juul.
Yeah.
This was like 4 or 5 years ago. I
Yeah,
was
because
living
those
in
were still a
Bangor.
thing. Yeah.
Juuls were just starting at that point. So I
Right.
went and bought a Juul and a bunch of pods, everything I needed to just like counteract the cravings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for a while I was vaping for like a good year. After I quit actual cigarettes, I was vaping, and then after that, what happened was one day I had to leave my crib for like the whole day, go to work or whatever. I left from like 10 in the morning.
Jewel
I got
died.
home at like 8 p.m. and I got home. I'm like, wait a minute, where's my Juul? I realized I left it at home all day, and I didn't even think about it all day
Oh
long.
shit.
So, like, vaping as like a cessation technique, it works. Like I've seen it work it's worked for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it does help. Also, I will say, like for me specifically, the nicotine gum, like the Nicorette gum or like Thrive or whatever, that shit helps because like me growing up, I always had chewing gum. You know what I mean? Like in elementary, like I always had a pack of chewing gum. It was like my thing. It was my like addiction. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So now, like when I want a cigarette, boom,
Vice
Chew
versa.
gum.
gum. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh,
but then chewing gum is not really a vice, is it? Like it cleans your teeth.
It could. It
makes
could.
makes your
But-
shit smell good.
In my
right?
opinion,
I'm about
any
to-
habit could be considered a vice.
Like,
but
it's
you're
not-
right.
Wait, yo.
like-
Yeah.
It's not a
like,
problem.
Chewing gum, like
It's bad for you, bro.
It's not a
Oh, yeah, it's
problem.
bad. Oh,
No,
so
it is.
bad, yeah.
No. So
Yeah,
listen
give
to
me
this
the
guy.
signs.
So listen to this guy. So when you chew something, so your body thinks you're eating, right? So how you have like stomach acid and shit like that.
Yeah,
So like if you put food in your mouth, you chew it up.
yeah.
Your body's like, oh, we're about to eat, so they put extra stomach acid into your stomach, right?
Really?
So then if you chew something, the gum, and you
It
don't
gives your body,
swallow
like,
it, there's a bunch of stomach acid in your
Yeah.
body,
Oh my god.
and it doesn't have food to
Burn.
Yeah. So then the other thing is mostly gum is like menthol, like people are using it to cover their breath and shit. So the menthol shit doesn't help with that either, right? So eventually like it just gives you fucking heartburn, or like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And like
I always found like swallowing my spit when chewing gum made me feel a little like not sick, but like
Wheezy.
bloated. Yeah, or like a little nauseous. Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, no, one of my buddies hit me with that, and I was like, you know what? Because I used to always chew gum and shit too, and I was like, fuck. I mean, I probably chewed one piece of gum in the last 5 years, man, and it was like recently.
I only chew it when like I'm in a pinch, like a girl I really like or some shit, Like,
Yeah, to get that fresh
I want
breath.
to make sure everything is like smelling on point. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like, I'll chew this piece of gum, but do I buy it? No.
Yeah, I
Pretty
haven't.
sure I swallowed that shit when I was a kid too.
Oh, I
It's
definitely
probably still
swallowed
there.
one or two as a kid.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
7 years every time.
Yeah, they say it takes
Oh,
7
my
years.
God.
No, so that actually does break down.
Probably just sits
Yeah.
in your intestine.
Fuck man.
That's so fucked.
Like Subway, they used to use some kind of shit, some kind of yeast in their bread
Oh my
that
god.
like it does some shit. It collects in your intestine and sits there for a long time.
Really?
You know what,
Yeah,
man?
that's not
I
good.
believe it because like, if
that
I go
makes
to
sense.
Subway, I never get the bread anymore. I always get the flatbread.
Yeah, the flatbread is good though. You know, like
It
Yeah,
is
wraps.
good, but
Yo, you
man,
remember? Yo, I was actually there. Like, I don't really go there often, but I was there a couple weeks ago, and I thought they used to have like 10 different types of bread.
They used
Now
to.
they have like 2 kinds. They got the best one still, the Italian herbs, but
They don't
Yeah,
have
they-
the fucking honey and oat, man.
that's what I said to my pops. I'm like, yo, I remember that honey
yeah,
and
they
oat or something.
changed everything up.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
rarely go to Subway anymore. Like
It's
I
so
worked there when I was, like,
expensive.
14, like 13,
Yeah,
14.
yeah.
It was one of my first jobs. I worked at the Subway at Place d'Orleans.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
it was sick. It was actually sick. Like, cause there were like a lot of milfs. Like, in the Place d'Orleans food court, there was always lots
okay.
of milfs. and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
a kid. I was like 15. Like,
Yeah,
14,
yeah,
15. So there was a lot of young shorties.
Soaking
you know what I
that
mean?
up.
Like, it
Yeah,
was so, bro. It was
That's
like.
so funny.
Like,
Hey,
A
man,
lot of
that's-
those, man's 15.
And
He's
a
like,
lot
I'm
of
gonna pull
milfs.
this.
I
I'm gonna
remember one
pull
time
this.
there was this MILF who's like just kept staring at me. She's making her sandwich and she looks at me. She's like, "Can I get a quart of Italian?" I'm like, "Oh my god."
Oh,
Yes, you
Oh,
shit.
yeah. I'll
Uh,
give you the
give
Justino
this
special
bro-
sauce. You know?
Jeez.
Fuck, bro. I'll never
living the
forget that.
dream. Yeah,
And you
Yeah.
didn't fucking capitalize on that moment, or what?
Oh my god.
he
no.
was
Bro,
14, 15. Obviously, he was none the wiser.
He was there for the milfs, man.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know.
And I
Shit.
remember too, like I was bunning heavy at the time too, right?
Yeah.
So like I was chopping to everyone at work, and there was like this hallway. So you go out the back of the Subway, and there's this big ass hallway where all the food court stalls
Employees,
had their fridges in this big ass hallway.
right?
So the Subway had their own fridge, like separate from the actual restaurant, right?
Okay,
From the little stall.
yeah.
And there was like a high powered fan within the fucking fridge.
There's a
So
window.
whenever I needed to go take a quick bun break, bro,
Yeah,
just go
right.
to the
In there,
fridge,
suck it
just
out.
puff up like a
No.
roll
Yeah.
a quick L, boom. Smoke
That's
for like
awesome.
15
You're,
minutes.
you're a piece of shit. You're
Oh, go get
delinquent.
high
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ. That's unreal.
Come back to.
If I was your
Yeah.
boss, I would be giving you a raise.
Oh, buddy, hell yeah, I was blessed, bro.
Oh,
So
you
blessed.
thought I was gonna say something.
I used to work
Yeah.
there with Savage James, bro. Fucking
Say
Savage.
word.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we used to
awesome.
bun- we used
Yo,
to
you-
bun together in the
you-
Shout out
walk-in.
Savage
Who the
James.
You
fuck
guys
is
were those-
Savage James. Like, you gotta be.
Bro.
If you're not an absolute like fucking like yo, if you are a savage, I apologize, Savage James, if you're watching this.
He,
but,
he
like,
is on.
but, like,
he is
to
on the
be-
mic.
To be honest, you know, like you gotta be an absolute savage to have that name. Like, and if you are, like, don't worry, I agree. But like, you know, like,
Bro, we worked together at Subway. We were savages, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
what's
That's
he
it.
doing now?
That-
Like, he's a car dealer. He's like he's a savage on the car field, man.
He's
Yo.
he's
So
a rapper.
pre-cut.
He's a rapper. Look him up.
Bro, we were smoking
Okay,
in
so
the
can I
fridge.
Yeah.
apologize again?
We were
No,
hot
no.
box in the Subway fridge, bro, and they never caught on.
Yeah, yeah.
They
That's
never
hilarious
gone.
shit.
Shit.
You guys ever see the movie Waiting?
No.
no.
Reminds
I've been
me of
waiting to
the.
see it,
It
though.
you
reminds
say
me
no?
of the 2 stoner kids
Both
that
ones.
are always smoking up out back. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking
No.
Andy Milanakis.
Yeah.
You know Andy
That
Milanakis?
old young bastard's in
What
it.
the
Andy
fuck was his name?
Milanakis?
T.
I forget.
One of them's name was T, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
and the other
T
one
and
or T Dog.
yeah, T-Dog.
And
That's creative.
oh shit!
But they
But
were
yeah,
like the young lads. Yeah.
Teabag, yeah.
Teabag.
They hung out back of the
Teabagging.
restaurant and they'd sit there and rap and shit. I think they were like dish boys or something.
Yeah, they're dish boys or whatever
Yeah.
for the restaurant. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
fuck
But
T Dog
anyways,
and
your
something.
story reminds me of those 2
Oh, bro,
kids.
another one of the
Yeah.
jobs I had. So I was working at the McDonald's on St. Joe's in Orleans.
Fuck, you been around it.
So I had a couple homies.
I
who
used to
worked
work at
there,
McDonald's
too.
too.
So I was
Wow.
fucking whopping like heavy, right?
Yeah.
Bro, how about I tell you? I'd bring like a QP with me and hide it in the fucking locker room in the basement, right?
Yeah.
And I'd get calls like while working, and I'd get like texts and be like, "Yo, just come to the drive-through. My homie's working in the fucking drive-through."
Yeah.
I'd get a little fucking medium-sized large. Well, they're large. They're larges now, but the mediums were the anyway. Back then, it was the large cup.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get like a zip, scale it out in the basement, put it in a large cup. You see that black Hyundai over there?
Oh, but
They
I
get
just,
that, yeah.
Order a Big Mac with the this and that. So
Yeah.
they order the ting. They get the fucking. You know what I mean? They get
Yeah.
a big cup
No,
with
no,
the
no,
zip.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy,
I heard
I
about
was
you.
running the drive-through, bro.
I
My
heard-
boy
I heard
was
about
running
you.
the drive-through. I was, bro, and the manager was there. Nothing like they had no idea, bro. I was whopping out of the
That's
McDonald's
wild.
drive-through, bro.
Wow.
Gang
Wild.
shit, bro.
Was there
Yeah,
ever
that was
was
just
there ever like a cup given to the wrong car?
No. We had that shit on lock,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
We had that shit on lock.
Shit,
bro.
I'm-
Heavy.
imagine
Dude,
that.
You're acting like this is like, yo,
That
like,
was real shit.
right
I was-
under their
I
nose.
was like
They probably
15.
knew you were doing
I was
it.
like 15, bro. I was like 15, 16 years old, bro.
That's
walking out
crazy.
the drive-thru, bro. I don't give a
Which
fuck.
was it? The one on the corner there?
St. Joe's, bro. What do you mean,
The
bro?
St. Joe one?
With the fucking place,
Oh, I
dog.
was pissing
Yeah,
in the I was pissing in
the
the
Nintendo
ball I was
64,
pissing in the
you
ball
know what I'm
pit
saying?
while you were
You
serving
were
fucking
pissing in the
weed.
ball pit? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you, bastard.
Well, bro, I was
I had to clean
playing.
that shit up,
I was playing
motherfucker.
GameCube and pissing in the ball pit, and you were serving fucking 20 bags.
No, fucking zips out the fucking
Yeah.
drive-thru, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Gang.
So,
That's
man.
what's up.
The only time I had something like that where I got to order like when I order something, say a certain thing, so they do a certain thing. But he would just make my food the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
Like I want the wings with nothing on them, and then like
Like nothing on them. What do you mean?
with no sauce. So then he would know that like that's
your
me.
order.
Like yo, but he'd know I'm coming too, right? Because I'm coming, I'm fucking.
Oh, you mean like
so I ordered
that,
a bunch
like
of wings,
cold,
but then he would
yeah.
make his own
He's still
shit.
talking
Yeah,
just
make a
about
specific
food.
You
sauce.
caught on.
But
you
he would
caught
just
on.
make the fucking wings how I want them. He would
Yeah.
make like this special hot sauce for me and
Yeah.
shit, right? But when I say that, I'm like the only time I had any like special order was just like they would just make the food different. I didn't get any drugs or anything.
Oh, bro. This shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
That was funny. Walking around the
We,
crowd.
man, well, when did you work at McDonald's? So obviously after
I was
Subway,
like 16, man. Like, yeah, after Subway. I was like 15, 16.
because yeah, I
This
worked
was
there
my next job after Subway.
because my first job was delivering papers, but my
Yeah.
real like first job was like
Same
14.
here.
I started working at
Same here,
McDonald's.
Couple of paper boys here.
I was,
Nice.
I was penny saving, bro.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
What my trick was?
Yeah.
Penny
Oh,
saver.
my trick was, so I had like this small route. I would go to each house, like maybe I said I had 300 like houses I had to go to. Each house, you're getting like 15 of the same paper. I'm dropping all these
Oh,
off.
because you just have to get rid of the bag
because,
of papers,
because
right?
they would know, they would look in your house, they would like ask a couple people if they got their papers.
And when
So
people
I wouldn't
bitch,
do all of them, but I would do like, yo, each house is getting like literally like you're getting rolled up 10. You're getting 10 penny savers. Like I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
banging this route. I didn't even smoke weed at the time. I was just a lazy fat
You're just doing
motherfucker
it.
at the time. Like,
Yeah.
Then the first job was Tim Hortons, so same vibe, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather work at McDonald's though. Like fuck everything.
Well-
all the food sucks at Tim Hortons. Like,
Well,
you know?
my older brother worked at McDonald's before me, so then whenever I started there, it was all like people he knew. And it was like
Right.
my fucking manager, man. He was like the guy. Like there was a bunch of managers, but he was the manager that always worked with us and shit. But he was like fucking 17 years old or something. But he would like he looked like he was in the Sex Pistols. You know what I mean? Like leather jacket, pins and
Like a-
shit,
like
like
a
red
punk-
mohawk
like a
and shit. And
punk
like yeah,
motherfucker. I
but
have
he
friends
was the
like that,
manager. They're
bro.
like, oh,
Yeah.
let me talk to the manager. Oh, 1 second. Like he comes out. He's like, hey man, what's up? Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, and like man, we got away
remember-
with so much stupid fucking shit.
I
Man.
remember the managers at McDonald's being pretty young, like just
Yeah.
working at St. Joe's.
Yeah,
like, you
'cause-
know
'cause they're only
they were high
Because
school
you know
kids.
why? It's like, yo, you want to be the
You need a
regular
closing
staff,
shift.
$10. You want to be a manager at $11.50. It's like you got to be a fucking retard to take that extra. Like, you know what? I can't even say that.
Shit, hard,
When
hard.
you're young, what?
When you're
Shit,
young,
hard,
and-
hard.
you're
I'm
right.
just,
Yeah, when you're young and back in the day, like that was probably an all right paying job for those.
Man, I
Oh,
got
but-
645. I got
But here's the thing, though,
$645.
$1.50, we'll just do $1 times 80 in a 2-week period. That's still $80. So you know what I mean? It's still an extra $100+ on these guys' paychecks. So I get it, but you know what I mean? Still,
I got
The
645.
amount of responsibility.
I got
you take
645.
on,
I think
right?
he
Yeah,
got-
I get.
I
what
got
you're saying.
645, and I
I'm
think
boss
he
at
got
my job now. I don't like
710.
the responsibility.
I think
hear
he
it a
got
lot.
710 for that shit, and then I ended up getting a raise after like
70
2
cents
years, and I got 10 fucking cents more. So it
Oh
made
my
seven
God.
655.
That's why, yo, unions are for you and they fuck you. Most of the time, they actually fuck you. But the one thing that doesn't fuck you ever is typically unions do a constant diss. They constantly jump a certain percentage. of
Like
your
usually
wage.
got to pay to get into a union, but once you're in, like yeah,
Well,
I think you're pretty.
it's
I
not-
ate a
taken
lot
care
of burgers though, man.
It's less pay to get. It's less pay to get into a union. It's pay to stay in the union because
Okay.
at my
yeah.
job it was like 43. Like where I was unionized, it was $43 every check. But what I was
Oh, yeah,
making,
okay.
like, still make more there than
Yeah,
I do
that's like
now, but
nothing, right?
Here's the thing: it's just sometimes like yo, like I think we can all agree. At one point, we've been at a job we're making good money. Maybe we've made more money now, but for at that certain point, it was good money for where we were at.
Yeah.
But at some point, it didn't justify to deal with the bullshit of the job or like a certain person in particular,
Yeah.
things like
Right.
that. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
But see, unions can be fucked
Yeah.
up too, though. Like my brother is in the local 47. It's called. It's sheet metal union. But my buddy's in the same union.
Is that Luna?
No. My buddy's in the same union, but my brother is a flat roofer, and my buddy is like what we would call a tin banger. Like he does like
yeah.
ducks and shit.
Yeah,
But he does like
that do that.
big shit, like big like fucking factories or big like high rises and shit, right? Like not just in your
Commercial
house.
building.
Yeah, commercial.
What company is he with?
I don't know. He might be with the Modern Niagara now.
Yeah, do you know what? The way you just said it, I'm almost positive because my boy James is with Modern Niagara.
Yeah. Well, he was with them before. I just can't remember if he went back now. I think he has an office job. He just hangs out. But either way. But my point is what I'm saying is they're both on the same union. They do different jobs. But when my buddy started this union, I didn't know they were in the same union. When my buddy started this job, he's like, man, he's like, you know, he was talking about how good it is. You know, I'm gonna make good money, like all this and blah blah blah, whatever, right? But he said, he's like, man, from now on, if I stay here doing this, he's like, I don't have to work another Friday for the rest of my life. And on top of
I
it,
was just gonna say Modern Niagara is on 4-day weeks.
but well, just that side of the union is on 4-day weeks. So even
Okay,
too, if
yeah.
he gets to a certain point on Thursday where he goes over, like he gets to a certain hours,
Fuck off.
he can leave. But he said they always make it so that you're there for the 4th day. But either way, he doesn't work a Friday again for the rest of his life.
well, yeah,
But what I'm saying is my brother's part of the exact same union. He does a different job though. He's a roofer. He doesn't get that same Friday off every fucking week, you know?
fucked.
So like they're part of the same union. I even said to him, I said, man, you're part of the same union. I'm like, you should go bitch. He's like, no, he's like, that side's like different. They have like a different representative or something, right? But they
Right.
sit in on the same meetings. And on top of it too, a lot of the stuff that happens here with that union, Toronto has the same union there, and they have like there's obviously more people, right? So then when they go to these meetings, there's one every year. He goes and sits in the meeting, whatever, and then they have like their say what they want to do and how they want to go about it. But a lot of the time they go there and they get told how they want to go about it because they're like, well, Toronto already said this. You guys have no fucking say. Okay, like so it's like my brother gets kind of like fucked in the sense that it's like, hey, well, the sheet metal guys get this cool shit. We don't get that. No, it's the other side. It's like, oh,
It's
well,
like
we
a-
want to make this
yeah.
decision. It's like, well, no, these guys already made that decision for you. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
Damn.
So sometimes they can be shitty. Sometimes they can be good too. You know, like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, fuck, when especially like, bro, like, I won't even lie. I don't give a fuck. Like, where I was working in the union, I ended up getting laid off. But like,
Yeah.
at the time, whenever it was shit regarding like issues I was having, when they weren't planning to lay me off, they're like acting like they're all on my side. They're all, it's good, it's all amazing. Like, you know,
Right.
we got your back. And then the same person that's doing that when I get laid off, we're in the office, and this is the HR manager. He's like fucking, oh man, he's just literally like acting like, I'm not even going into details. This guy's a different character. I'm gonna leave it at that. And he was just giving me some weird vibes before, and then all of a sudden it was like 180 different vibes. And then I'm like,
He's just a chameleon fitting in.
oh yeah, but that's what
Whatever
it is, though.
scenario.
It's because it is a union.
Yeah.
So second, I wasn't part of the union or wasn't part of it anymore. It goes to protect you and other people that are part of the union. And you know what? Even one day I'm getting changed because I worked at a hotel. I'm in the change room. It looks like a fucking locker room at a school. And my chef walks in and starts talking to somebody else. They have to get their story straight for talking to the union. And I'm like, bro, what the hell is that? You know? And then
Yeah.
like the fact that you got to get a story straight and you got to cover your tracks. Like this is some like petty ass like fucking relationship type thing. It's like,
Childish
It's a
shit.
game, yeah, it's a
literally
game.
is, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just, I just thought that was like weird to begin with, and it just so happened I was laid off. Hindsight, I make actually like $1 or something less an hour than I did there. Relevant, but you know what? I make slightly less money. They were taking too much taxes over there, so even then I'm still spot. But the thing is, my job now, a lot more happy, a lot more clear headed, a lot more creativity in what I'm doing and things like that. But
which
you
is
know, like,
which is more important, man.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I like obviously like money and wage matters, but I'll always take happiness
oh, for
over
sure. And
over
and
anything.
I've learned
Yeah.
that. I've
Yeah,
learned
me
that.
too, man, for sure. Like it's a, you know, for sure. I don't care to make less money to be happy.
And I've hated my life to the point where like no money's mattering. You know what I mean? Not that I've been a millionaire, but I've had like more money than I've had in certain points in my life where I'm like, oh, this is a big step up in what I had, and it feels like I have a lot of disposable income, right? But
Yeah.
you know, money
Yeah.
it gets to a point in my situations. I'm like, this doesn't even matter, you know. And that's
Well,
Yeah,
but even
yeah.
too, like you said, if you're making $1 less, let's say that's you make $1 less, so it's $80 every 2 weeks, $160 a month. So
Less
I
than
was
that
just gonna
after
say, but if they're
tax.
taking $43 for the union or whatever,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
don't
you're
have that now. I
no,
don't
I
have
know,
that.
but I'm just saying with that, like I guess it's half, so it'd be like you're making 80 or you're out $80.
Right.
Yeah,
But
you're
you get
right,
what I'm
though.
saying though. It's like it
Yeah.
doesn't for that little bit of fucking like money or whatever. The
Yeah.
happiness isn't a
And
thing. It doesn't
sometimes,
matter.
like,
it matters more.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you know where it is? Just beside the kitchen.
Yeah, the first door. Yeah. Shit, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say
Shit.
something.
Sorry, brother.
Something about what we were just on.
Unions.
Yeah, unions and like, and depending how much you get taxed, like you move into different brackets, right? So as
Yeah.
you're like working your way up to like whatever, through like 25 to 30, 30 to 40, it's like there's a certain wages you hit where you have to almost work more hours
Yeah.
to earn to counteract what you're being taxed, and then you'll reach a certain plateau where you will be making like the most money out
Yeah.
of your wage, you know what I'm saying? But then you could get $1 raise, and then next thing you know, it's like boom.
It's like if you're in the
Yeah.
top of the bracket or
Yeah.
something like that, it's better for you. Because even one of my buddies I worked with, he worked for a different company before this, but he worked for a company where he worked there like all his fucking life since he was a teenager and shit.
Yeah.
And they would give him a raise. Like I don't think it was every year though. I don't know, but either way, they give him a raise every once in a while, whatever. So give him a raise, and he was at the point where, like, he told them he's like, I don't want any more raises. Like, that's it. Because his next raise would have been his last. Well, his next raise would have been his last raise anyways, or something like that, because they only go
'cause
to
they
a certain
cap.
amount or whatever.
Okay.
But then, yeah, that raise
They
would
would've
have put
put him
him
over.
just over by like a little bit. So then, what he was saying is, he's like, so it would put me into the bottom of the next tax bracket,
Yeah.
and he's like, I would even like. So they'd be okay. You're making more an hour, but when my check comes, I'd be making less than what I was making when I was making that
Yeah.
$1.50 less or whatever, right?
Yeah, 'cause
and I was
you'd
like, what the
almost
fuck? I'm like,
need-
no way, man, no. And
Yeah.
like, he's like, yeah, man, that's the way it is. Like, yeah,
So I remember my second year when I was really taking recording seriously, like music and beats and whatnot, and like having my own little sole proprietor business, whatever, you know. I remember my accountant being like, "Holy shit! Like you literally just hit the line," because like I had like another situation, I was getting paper, but like I had a finesse, but then I got like I hit 29K in income for the studio in 1 year.
you
know
don't
what
have
I
to pay
mean?
any tax.
So if I would have hit a rack more, I would have entered the next tax bracket.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I literally just made it, and that year, because like my mom's taught me how to do my taxes. This was like 6 years ago. So when I started working for myself and really taking it seriously and engineering further and doing like 3-4 sessions a day, I was getting money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, I was writing everything off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
way.
did you incorporate?
Well, I have
Or-
sole proprietorship. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So like I'm working under my name. I'm working under myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like at the same time, I'm writing everything off.
Right, yeah.
All my expenses are being written off. My travel, my food, my phone.
Anything
Just-
you buy for.
You know how much time
Bro.
I spend talking to artists every day?
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
my phone?
Absolutely,
and
man.
networking,
Yeah. It's part
and,
of the
like,
business.
Setting up sessions, setting this up, setting that up. Like I can use part of my rent. I can write off part of my rent as
Yeah.
an office at the
Yeah.
crib.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely, man.
it's
Bro,
the
sometimes
square
I have-
footage percentage or whatever,
The
right?
square footage percentage.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
crazy though.
There's even like a gray area for like clothes and shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
My accountant says no, you can't touch that yet. Da 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 da. You're
Right.
not. You know
But
what I
like
mean? You're not-
programs that you purchase and shit,
Oh,
probably even
everything I
it.
purchased,
Yeah.
like my laptop,
Yo,
Equipment. Oh
But
yeah.
yo, bro.
all
Everything.
my equipment, every
Yeah.
piece of equipment, every single plug-in, write off.
Yeah.
Every dime I spend on the studio, write off.
Yeah. For
Well, yo,
sure.
And that is just the biggest finesse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
huge.
you have to learn how to do that shit.
Well,
like,
even too, man.
yeah,
I
as a
just
business
saw a
owner,
thing
you
the
know?
other day, and like this. So these guys are from the state. Like it's Aiden Ross and another dude. Like they're both like streamers or whatever. So this is in the States, but at the same time, like I'm sure there's something similar. But what they were saying was like, and I know like you don't stream or whatever, but it's just like even for instance, like you're saying, you got to know how to finesse the shit.
Yeah.
He's telling this other streamer, he's like, they're at that fucking what's that the big shoe store in the States where they fucking go and they get if you shoot a fucking. I'm gonna sound so white here.
Oh,
You
fucking
shoot
hell.
a
I
shoot a
like
basket. But yeah, no.
You
If
get a
you
pair
so
of
if you get it
Jordans.
in, you get a free pair of shoes or whatever, right? But they do it with like it's more for like big content creators
Shit,
because they're
man.
coming in winning like $6,000 pair of shoes, right?
Okay.
But it's so that they can get like like people
Promotion.
promotion,
Yeah,
right?
of course,
But either
right.
way, so they're in that store.
Free clout.
Fuck, I forgot what it's called, man. You probably know if you saw it. But either way, so they're in that store, Aiden Ross and this other dude.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, he's talking about these shoes. And Aiden turns to him and goes, yo, he's like, you can write those off, right?
Oh yeah,
And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, because you're fucking vlogging it or you're like streaming it, you're
Yeah, it's part of the
your
work.
business is that. So if you're buying this shit, he's like, any food or anything you buy on the stream is an expense of that thing, like whatever,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, holy shit, I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I looked up the laws of it though. It's not entirely, but it's a large.
In
it's-
Canada.
Well,
it's
you just get
different.
to write off the
You're
taxes.
still large.
You just
percent of
get
it.
but you get the taxes back, right?
Yeah.
So then in the end, they're like,
But
you owe
even
us
then,
this much, but we
sometimes
take
it's-
all this off. If they
So-
can just take that off what you owe them,
So
then
the
it's
way it
something,
works
right?
Is if it's advertising your business, you can write it off entirely.
Okay, yeah.
Let's say.
But even
let's say-
jewelry you can
let's
put as
say-
a
Let's say
costume.
Okay, so this falls under jewelry also, right? So let's say the logo I have for Hidden Gem Studio, the diamond with the piano
Yeah.
keys on it.
like that.
So if I had a T-shirt right now with the piano with the diamond, if I paid for that to be made and I rocked it all the time and I was promoting my business, that shirt or whatever hoodie with the logo of my business is a write-off.
completely.
If I get a big chain with the logo of my business, Hidden Gem, with the diamond, with the fucking piano keys on it,
Right.
that is a write-off.
Right.
That is a direct representation
show
of my business.
of your
Yeah.
It's a
brand, right?
promotion of
Yeah, I
my
was
business.
gonna
Yeah.
say you're
But even-
The
advertising
brand
your
and the business.
Yeah,
That is
so-
100%.
But even
fucking
too,
write-off.
like you were talking about clothes and shit and
Yeah.
like jewelry.
yeah,
Like I know as an artist,
Yeah.
and again, this is in the States too, where I heard this.
yeah,
But as an artist, you can write that shit off
Yeah.
because it's a fucking costume. It's part of your
it's part of your
like
brand.
your
It's also
persona.
part of
You're
your
like,
brand.
yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
So-
That's what I'm trying to explain to my account.
But on
Like,
top
me,
of
like,
the
I'm
gold
like,
and shit,
even right
the
now, like,
jewelry,
this shit
it's-
I'm wearing, this is part of my
Is it-
swag. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Gang, $20. Well, it was like 40, but whatever.
But like
you
the
know, gang.
jewelry and shit too, though, it's also like so it's two ways. It's okay, this is part of my costume, but it's also an
it's like a
investment. It's an
requirement
actual
as an
investment, but
artist.
it's an actual investment. Whereas if you bought a car, you might be able to write that off.
Appreciation.
Yeah, you might be able to write it
Right,
off,
yeah,
but at the
yeah.
same time, it's not an investment. So with
Doesn't
the
hold
gold,
your
it's an
money.
investment
Yeah.
as well. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It all falls under
Oh,
the
thanks, man.
business of what you're doing, right? As an producer, entertainer, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
but there's probably a way that you could get shit like that too, where it's just like making videos and shit like that.
Yeah. when
And
you
then
make
just,
music
like,
videos and you
Throw
buy
some
an
shit in
outfit.
there and be like, oh, I got this. Like, yeah, whatever.
Well,
And
that's-
like, because that's what I guess it's there for, right? It's not
Yeah.
like tricking it or fucking
for sure. And
finessing
I mean,
anything.
like that's where a big part of the contests come from. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
probably don't even put out any money for that. Well,
Yeah.
they write it off? And then give away everything for free at that point. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like
Yeah, like some of these.
it doesn't
artists-
like come straight out of their pocket. Obviously you got to pay for initially, and then you write it off or whatever. You get your money back, and then you just
yeah, it all
Well-
just comes off in the end off what you owe them, basically.
yeah.
Which is like, and it helps or whatever, but it's just like, at first, whenever I heard that, I'm like, wait,
Well,
what?
yeah.
You don't get to write it all off? Like, no, and it just comes off what you owe them. Wait, I owe them money? Yes.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, I guess I said that like
No, I'm not correcting.
yeah,
no, I'm not correcting. I'm
well,
just saying in the end, it's like, yeah, and then in the end, it's like, yeah, like, yeah, you get that back, but it's like, I just owe you less. Like, now I owe you $6,000 instead of 36,000.
right, yeah.
And-
But
Because
I
it's
like
a business.
it's
owner
great. It's
too,
great
man.
because it's still the money you're getting back. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like whenever I first heard that, I'm like, wait, so I'll like get a check for that? Like, they're
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
no. It's just, oh, okay. So I owe the government money. Like, yeah.
as business owners, they gouge you, man.
Yeah.
So that's why you should take advantage
Oh yeah.
of that. Exactly. That makes sense.
But like, yeah, some of that shit, like fuck, I was gonna say I don't know. I'm not expected to know that. But it's like,
You're hearing that? It's not my fault, bro.
like, but even then, like, you could almost like gear your shit towards that, right? You're like, I don't know, whatever. Like, even just say like, fucking this week I was shopping online. And I'm like, oh, I want to get this fucking thing. I could do it on here, make a segment where I order shit on here, and then just be like, yeah, write it off.
Right,
It's
yeah.
my business. Yeah.
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 It's first to do that though, right?
No,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, no, exactly. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
but like you could do that.
I was
though,
just
right?
watching
like, whoever and whatever.
I was watching the Nelk Boys, that little golf thing they did with Bob, and they had it's like for Happy Dad equity or
Salsa,
whatever.
yeah.
Anyways, Steiny goes to get some drinks or whatever. He's like, I'll put it on the Nelk card. He's like, Nelk's buying this, right? He's like, we could just write it off. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, use the Nelk card, or whatever. Yeah,
Makes sense.
Well, yeah,
Well,
no.
yeah.
Like you said though, you do like fuck. You gotta use that shit, man,
Yeah,
because they're
man.
gonna find every way to get it from you, anyways.
That's it. It's
So
like
it's like-
that's your defense.
Yeah,
you know?
that's so funny. I
Yeah.
was just gonna say it's like you're like defending yourself.
Yeah.
Like no, ching, ching, like,
Yeah,
well, you owe us for this, ching, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought a
yeah.
bunch of happy dads.
Yeah, shit.
Fuck, they're double dipping too. Actually, now that I think about it, man, this other YouTuber I follow, Danny Duncan.
Yeah, and
So he calls it double dipping. I'm gonna call it triple dipping, motherfucker.
Fuck
But
yeah.
what he does is he'll go into like Spencer's where they sell his clothing and shit,
Yeah.
and he'll just find a kid in there and just be like, hey, just pick whatever you want and buy it, whatever, right? And he'll pay for it. He pays his money for it. But he's like, I call this double dipping because like he's like, I make the fucking money off it and shit, right?
And he's
But-
making-
But it's a
he's
write-off
he's
because it's
writing
on
it
the
off.
stream.
But then yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like holy shit,
That's
it's a write off because he's doing it on the
crazy.
thing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he'll do it too, where he'll go in the store and be like, everyone pick something, or he'll just find a guy and go, you have fucking $400 or like whatever, like yeah, buy a bunch of shit.
Looking up on that if it's the States, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not a like I
not
mean, you could
illegal,
use it.
though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
That's
could
just
use
a-
it to your advantage.
Yeah,
But it's
illegal
not
within
like a-
reason, you know, like they could find a way to.
Well, it'd be
to
different
pin
if,
you on it in
but it'd be,
another
but he's
situation,
buying,
you're right.
but yeah, he's buying like a couple $100 worth of shit. It'd be different if he's going on buying a Lambo every time, or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
buying
yeah.
like a
Like,
house
you
all the
get a
time
car,
and
you
shit.
get a
Like
car,
yeah.
you know.
Because the thing is like now that you say that too, I like I could just be like, yeah, I'm streaming, yeah, I'm buying this house, like I'm writing it off. It was on the stream, right? Like yeah. It's like no, well, like okay, maybe that does work, but like if I did that a whole bunch of times, like he's buying all these houses, like well, there's all these videos of him doing it. You're abusing it, right?
Yeah.
I imagine there's a point, but at the same time, like that was my point earlier. Was basically like, yeah, like your point really. Use it to your advantage,
Yeah.
as much as you can,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like yeah.
for sure.
If you're thinking about it, like Steve will do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
You're
yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about buying Lambos and houses. All
That's
the time.
what he was doing.
That's what he was
Yeah,
doing.
man,
Yeah.
for sure.
He's writing all this shit off. It's like, oh, I did it on the video.
Yeah.
I did it for that.
Yeah.
I did it for this, I
Yeah,
did
that's
that.
his LLC though. That's what the
That's-
LLC. That's what an LLC is for. Is
Yeah,
pumping money out like that.
yeah.
What's an LLC?
It's called
Limited liability company.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And because I looked it up after it was him that made me look them up.
Yeah.
The Steve will do it LLC, and like it's actually his is actually there's a bunch of people that are involved in it.
Yeah.
But from what I understand is like you could just put money into it, or make money through it, or whatever.
Or get a
Then,
loan.
but then you like give that fucking money away, or you do like whatever, and you're writing it off
Yeah. And you get
Right.
paid back in the
because
end.
you used
Yeah.
it through this thing. But if your company just did it and you weren't
And
an
you're
LLC,
not
it doesn't
liable,
work.
Your company is liable.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You're
true, true.
untouched. You're
Yeah.
untouched. Your own assets, everything, like everything you own under your name, it's untouchable.
Yeah,
if
because
the
it's not.
company goes
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Just like an incorporation in Canada. Like if you
Yeah.
incorporate here, it's like the incorporation here is the equivalent to the LLC in the States.
Okay, yeah.
But
That's
not the
actually
same with
good.
the money thing. Because whenever I looked it up, they said there is something similar here. I forget what it's called, but they said it's not quite the same as the LLC.
Mm.
But definitely with the incorporation. Because I remember my buddy switching, and he was like, "Well, right now, he's like, if I go, because he was like carpenter type shit.
Yeah.
He's like, if I go do a job and say he does someone's stairs or something, right?
Yeah.
And they fucking a month later or some shit, the stairs fall and it kills their kid or some shit, whatever."
Mm.
He gets sued. His name and his whatever he owns, his house, his car, all that shit gets sued. But he now that he incorporated, if something like that
His
happens,
incorporation is liable.
they get sued. Yeah, like okay, yeah, your company has
He's
this much money,
untouched.
we're
He's
taking it
untouched.
all. He's like, well, I got this. Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So it separates yourself from that like personal like, which
Right.
is good. Yeah, but
Well, it allows you to not fucking,
Go to
fuck
prison.
yourself and
yeah, oh, for sure, yeah.
how most
and you
people
could
use it.
start another business again.
Yeah.
It doesn't allow you to be completely fucked, and go to prison or whatever, and
Yeah.
then you can start again.
But what you
from
could
ground
do-
zero, I guess.
Is right before you like go like if something were to happen, you go and you get a bunch of loans.
With your company.
So like say actually no, this is for bankruptcy, I guess actually. So if you're in corporation or whatever and you're going bankrupt, you can go and get a bunch of loans and shit. Or you could do it in your fucking personal name too. Go and get a bunch of loans and do all this shit and then go bankrupt and then they're like, yeah, okay, cool, this fucking situation. I know like a few people who have actually like done that. And I'm like, no, what? I thought you said you're going bankrupt. He's like, yeah, but I'm gonna go do this and this and this. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like that's
Yeah,
fucked
if
up.
you're gonna go bankrupt, you go hard. You go harder, you go hard.
I guess.
Right.
But I guess it really all it does is just make a
Just
bigger
like
mark.
if I'm gonna
If you're
rob
gonna
someone,
go
I'm not robbing you
bankrupt,
for a
I think
little.
they'll
I'm robbing
do-
you for a lot.
It's like you can't go and get new loans because
No, this is before you've gone bankrupt though, you know what I mean? Like
you set it up with the intention of going bankrupt.
yeah,
because
because
like apply for a bunch of credit cards or whatever, and then max them the fuck.
Or
yeah,
bank
so
loans.
this one
And,
dude
like-
specifically, he owned a dealership, or not even a dealership. Like yes, it was a dealership, but like not a like Chevy. Like it was like a like certified pre-owned like dealership, and my buddy was like, yeah, like shit's going on in my fucking dad's whatever, right? And I was like, oh shit, that sucks, yeah, whatever. So then like somebody else told me, like, yeah, he just fucking told me he did all this, he ran up a bunch of shit, and then went and sold a bunch of the cars and stuff real quick for cheap and shit. And then so he gets all that, and then he's like, I'm going bankrupt.
Yeah,
I'm like,
go
oh yeah, fuck, okay, well yo, this and this and this,
Yeah.
all right,
And then
sick.
7 years later, you're blessed.
Yeah.
There's a but then changing rules though now.
yeah, but
We,
For
you've
sure.
heard, you
Well,
guys
and
have heard, didn't 50 Cent file for bankruptcy?
Okay, well, that's another thing. That's
You know what I'm
another
saying?
situation.
Yeah?
So 50, I was going to mention this earlier. It's so 50, he's having a severe situation with his ex-baby moms or whatever, you know?
Right.
So
Oh.
she was trying to take him to court for everything he had, right?
Everything, right.
So he took everything he had under the name 50 Cent or whatever, Curtis Jackson,
Oh, okay.
and put it into his companies, put it into fucking, what was it, Effin' Vodka, put it into Power, put it into
Right.
G-Unit, put it into all his little corporations.
Right.
Everything he had around him,
Yeah.
okay, took his money. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
And then he personally.
he has nothing. 50
No,
Cent
like-
as a person, Curtis Jackson, is broke,
Right. Yeah.
has no money. So her trying to sue him and take him for everything he's got
Is nothing.
is never going to happen.
Right.
She's never going to get a dime out of him because him as a person or whatever is bankrupt, is broke.
Right.
But see, like these, you know how we're even saying like, oh yeah, like the
Smart
thing is
fucking move.
to use these things. Like our point is like we're talking about like, oh, to use these things to our advantage, and like, oh yeah, like you can get away with it to an extent or like whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then whenever I hear stories like that, I'm like, wait, like it's out there enough that it's not just like, oh, like the other lawyer knows this information, like we fucking know this information. It's like, okay, wait, but like I get it. I would like to be the person who benefits from that situation. Like, yeah, okay, I hid all my money in my companies. I only have this much money. Like, sick.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, if I was in the opposite situation, I'd be like, hey, that's not fair. You can't just dump all your shit and go, hey, oh no, that's their money.
Yeah.
I know, but I just
So there's
mean like,
really nothing that they
but that's
can
it. Is
do,
like
right?
that's why I'm saying it's like all these loopholes. It's like, well, then fuck, you know, then go buy a house on stream and shit. You know, fuck
Yeah,
it, man.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yo, not even trying to switch gears, but you know what? I'm wearing a
Switching.
white shirt. I'm linking a shorty after. Now I got ash all over my shirt. Anything we
Just
can
blow
do.
it.
Well, yeah, but
Just
I
blow
want.
it and, like,
I
flick
need.
it
I needed
off.
permission to blow the ash.
Oh yeah, blow it, man. Oh yeah. Oh, flick it.
Yo, someone help me blow this shit.
Just
man.
flick the shirt,
Come
just
blow
like
Get the
this shit.
fuck out of here.
if you stand
Bro.
up, and just
I
flick
have a
it.
weird angle. I'm
Flick
not
it,
trying to
flick
flick
it.
it.
Yeah, see, there you go.
There,
Come on,
now
just
flick
get
it.
a blow
Oh, there,
blow
it's
from
good.
the-
It's good. Just
good.
get up and
You got
flick
a
it. Now
little-
you just gotta flick it.
Yo,
Hold-
easy there,
yeah,
bro,
there you
man.
go.
Yeah, yo, you just gotta stand up and give it a flick.
Yeah, give me a flick.
baby. Give
Yo,
me a blow.
yo,
Yeah.
yo, you don't get
Well, I
knocked out,
did-
boy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, bro, that's a brand new fucking shirt. Like, the one orange shirt I had to match. it.
Cow. Don't nobody wear polos.
Earlier when you said it, you made it sound like you had it waiting for this moment or something.
I did,
No, I
man.
just got it. I
hope
just
you
got
did.
it.
I've been jerking off onto it every night for the last.
06 called. They want their polo shirt back.
Shit, man. No, if it was no, man, if it was no, it's good. Straight. Oh, well, don't touch it. I was gonna say, don't touch it, you'll rub it in.
I know what happens. No,
But
it's
yo,
not the shirt.
2006 polo shirt would be A, fucking 10 times too big, and B, it would be an actual polo with the fucking.
I got a bunch of those.
Remember? Well,
I used
remember
to- I
back
used
in the
to
day,
beat
that's
the
what it
bait
was.
for
It was the
those.
big ass jean shorts,
You know what the point
the
is?
big
Fuck you,
ass
that's the
polo
point.
with the
Fuck
fucking.
you, that's the point.
Bitch.
Yo, since I've loosened up the room with my ash, any chance to get a little more of that cracking?
He's got ash on his
he needs
fucking
more
shirt.
cracking.
He's got paint all over his pants.
He needs more cracking.
Yo, bro, I actually have a fucking sweater that matches those pants.
Yeah, we'll bring them forth.
Oh, I don't have it on me, like shit.
You wanna pass this around?
Where are they at? They in Barhaven? Where are they at?
Oh no.
Where they at, though?
No. But no, it matches those fucking pants for sure.
Honestly,
It's got the paint on them and shit.
I'll see her around. Oh yeah, yo, bro, I'm big on paint on pants. I remember I'd see that when I was younger, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel
Champion
about-
sweater.
I don't know how I feel. Yo, you just loaded me up. Holy fuck.
Where they at, though?
Can I just sip out of this?
Where they at, though?
Well, did you?
Grab a cup,
Hey,
Yeah?
Is your herpes acting up right
Oh, he's
now?
got a cup.
Is the herpes?
It is, but it's just in my foot.
Yeah, my herpes is on my cock right now. So
I just figured I didn't want to like waste the cup, putting a little in so I could shoot it out.
It's alcohol. Clean it.
That's right, yeah. And it's
Look
actually
here,
stronger than normal.
You could hear the burp say like a little bit ago.
Burping your fucking.
It's because I got a
Ooh.
fucking stomach
Just
condition.
burping to. Oh, you got a stomach.
Stomach condition. Tell me about it, man.
That's what she said.
I don't know.
You've been chewing too much gum. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Been drinking too much alcohol, doing too much drugs,
That
Fair.
would
too
do
much
it.
fast food. You know what the biggest kicker is though? Like, you know, a lot
Fast
of
food's never fast, man.
No, you go. I'll smoke weed in my fucking sleep. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, take a bong hit. Then before the next bong hit, I'm gonna fucking eat like a whole cinnamon bun or like 2.
In the
And I'll
middle
do-
of the night.
Yeah, I'll do that 3 times. So my stomach's a gut rot. I'm never getting a full sleep.
You sound
Just
like
a
my homie
fucking-
dog.
I'm just a zombie piece of shit, and I didn't even
Sounds
tell you about myself yet.
But yo, man, actually, like, fuck, for a while, man, I was really trying to watch like what I ate and when I ate it and how I ate it and shit. Because, man, like, one point, I would like wake up in the middle of the night. I remember one time I woke up in the middle of the night. You know, whenever you see a movie or some shit where they're trying to like wake up out of a scary dream or whatever, and they and they sit up all fucking crazy, whatever.
Yeah.
I did that a few times, man, but I did it the one time, and like there was probably a good 5 seconds I was awake. I was like in the middle of dying, and I was unsure what was going on or how to fix it or whatever. And like I woke up as I was like I'm laying in bed on my back. I wake up as I'm like like rolling over to the side of the bed, and I'm on the side of the bed going and I'm trying to breathe, and there's like a little bit of like hot burning liquid coming out my mouth and out my nose, and I'm like
Oh, it's like the acid.
and I'm trying to catch my
Stomach
breath,
acid.
but I'm choking, I'm drowning right now.
Yeah, 'cause you
Fucking-
had acid reflux in your sleep.
Yeah. So but the thing
Crazy.
is anytime that shit would happen, man, I like even sometimes, man, it wouldn't happen like that where I'm like panicking, dying. But I wake up and go, oh, my heartburn. Yeah, I'd go take a piss. I'd lay down and I'd lay there like, like so bad. But yo,
bad the heartburn is.
yeah,
I get that
but
sometimes.
what I'm saying is when those things happen, I go, yo, what the fuck did I do different? I'm like, yo, last night I ate late at night. So like I was already doing some like on and off like fasting shit. But then I started actually just doing like between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock I would eat, because if I didn't eat after 8, then I was good with my acid and shit, right? So okay, I'm good, yeah, whatever. But the thing is after a while, one of my buddies, so me and him were like on the same kick, we're trying to eat good and like whatever. But like I'd be at his house or something, and like we'd order some food, we'd eat whatever, like normal time, normal food, whatever. And then like the next day we wake up and he'd be like, oh man, I got heartburn, I'm all fucked up, like, oh, I've been eating like handfuls of Tums and shit and whatever. I go, what the fuck, man? He goes, I got up at 1:30 in the morning, man. He's like, I ate some more of that chicken and like whatever. I'm like, man, I'm like, fuck, like that's what it is, like fuck.
I don't
But
regret a fucking thing.
but the thing is it comes fucking full circle or whatever. I don't know if it's full circle or if it's a good
Hey,
thing,
man,
but I
it's
think,
good.
but
No, it's
no, but the
right.
thing
It's
is
not right.
well,
These
no,
are
but now,
pronunciation.
well, no, but now I'm at the point. Now I'm at the point though where like my girl gets off at 3 o'clock in the morning when she works, right? So then
pause for 2 seconds. What does she do?
she's a bartender.
Okay.
Yeah. So then like the thing is
I
like,
know what we're all thinking, right? When you say my girlfriend's working till 3. Like,
oh yeah,
when
okay,
she
okay.
get off, like
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
go pick her up.
But so the thing is like what I'm saying is like even too like sure cool, I don't have to like be up or whatever, but like I'll usually sleep a bit and then like get up with her, right? So I get up, she's off work, okay, cool, let's order some food and shit, whatever. And the thing is like I like unless I eat something like high acidic or whatever, like some like tomato sauce
you
type
don't get
shit or
heartburn?
pepperoni type shit, whatever, I will sometimes get heartburn, but never near what it was like.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is the other day I went like to my hometown for a bit. I see my kid and shit, and I fucking was sleeping in the middle of the night, or I was trying to sleep and I couldn't sleep, whatever. And I fucking was sitting there and I'm like, I'm starving, man. And it was like 4:30 in the
Yeah.
morning, and I'm like, why am I so hungry? I'm like, it's because I'm used to fucking eating at this time, right?
Yeah.
And so the reason why I say all that is because yes, I feel like eating that late hasn't bugged me as much as like before it has. But I think what it is I've just gotten used to it now. I'm like, okay, this is the schedule, this is the life, this
Yeah,
is
that's
okay,
it,
get up,
man.
do this, like whatever. But yeah,
Get
for
used
sure though.
to the routine.
But for sure, eating late at night fucks you up, man. Fucks you
Oh
up.
yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
not even just the heartburn shit too, but like at the same time, you're not sleeping right. You're not getting to that full sleep. Your body's still awake trying to process the shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like even
for
too, like I'm
sure.
not even talking like eat and go to bed like 15 minutes later. I'm even saying like fucking eat at 9:30 at night and go to bed at 10:30. Like at 1
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning, you're fucked. Like
It's still exactly.
maybe it comes with age, and maybe I'm the first one to.
It
turn
definitely
into
does.
October, but-
It like age would have it more of
Yeah.
a play on it, but
Yeah.
regardless of that fact, for sure, eating later at night would always have an effect.
Yeah.
For
Well, I
sure.
just mean being old.
I
makes
would
it
be up,
worse.
man. Oh,
I've had
definitely,
times,
man.
man,
Trust
right?
me.
I'm rolling around in bed
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
I've been ever since I hit 30. I've been feeling all sorts of new things with my body.
Yeah.
telling me to slow down for sure.
But you know what's funny though, man, is I find that, like, because you've said a few things lately, like, you know, like one time you were saying something about what Jonesy said about hitting third year, like whatever.
Yeah.
And like, and you make comments like that, and like the funny thing is like when I was younger, and older people were telling me these things, it made me feel like old, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, because I might even been like 28, 29. Like, oh, when you're 30, you're like, oh, whatever. I'm like, well, yeah, but you're making it sound like horrible,
Like,
or like you're making like, I have a couple years left, and then it's like the worst
then
ever.
it's like,
but now, but now when I hear you, like when I hear you make these comments, I'm like, all right, well, now I kind of feel young, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, hey, like, yeah, all right,
yeah.
cool. It's not like that bad. Oh, mine's not like that bad. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So like I said, on the opposite situation, I'm like, man, like, yeah, I feel old. They're making me feel old. And now I'm like, making me feel young though.
Young
Okay,
guys
yeah.
say- saying it,
Right
yeah.
now, how old are you? Like this guy's 37, right? Like how old are you? You said you're 37.
Yeah, I'm 31.
31. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you?
86.
80, oh, you're 86. I know you're talking about the year, but
Yeah.
that'd be old, bro.
37.
You'd be looking great if that was the fact.
But how old are you though?
I'm 28. I'm almost 29.
Okay.
So I am like.
So there's this
Just
guy.
behind us.
Just the fact that I said 86, you're like, okay, I know what you mean, yeah. There's this guy. Meet this guy. His name is Hiro, Hiro. He's Japanese. Shut it. But anyways,
No.
but so okay, so this girl I used to know, it's she was back way back in the day. She was friends with my older brother, right? And her family knows my family, whatever, small town. We used to hang out, whatever, all this shit. So short story long, I hadn't seen this girl in like probably 20 years. She shows up one day at my buddy's house because her sister's hanging out and shit, and she's with this Japanese dude or whatever, right? This guy doesn't doesn't speak Japanese. I thought she just like lived in Ottawa or Toronto or something, and like whatever. No, she moved to Japan, and like this guy doesn't speak English. Sorry, I said Japanese. He doesn't speak English. So they're sitting there like fuck, and there's a story to this. Oh yeah, so side note though, just quick side note though, is that she fucking they were trying to buy some weed, and they're like, how much for $50? And my buddy's like, I'll give you a quarter. Like, they're like, what's that? He's like, 7 grams. They're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, wait, what's going on? What's the big deal? She's like, yo, they're like, we get, no, that's the opposite. They're like, yo, we pay $50 for a gram of fucking weed in Japan because it's so fucking illegal. This guy grows weed and shit there, and he's like, they're saying it's so fucking dangerous. But yo,
Tokyo that said the same.
Yeah.
In China, it's like death penalty if you get found with weed.
Yeah.
Holy fuck,
But no,
yeah,
but
I smoked
but yo-
what they would fucking wish to in a lifetime.
But
one day.
but my point is, we're talking about the age thing and shit, right? She's like, yo, how old do you think he is? I'm like, I don't know, fuck whatever this. Okay, she asks everybody in the room. Okay, cool. Man, no, he pulls out his fucking ID, and I look at his ID, and like, so no. But when you're trying to go through it, and you're trying to look, and you're like, okay, what, like, if you've never seen our ID, you're trying to look for the fucking date and shit, right? So I look at it, and it's like, okay, yeah, fucking just say November 20th or some shit, right? And it says 43. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Actually, I think it was 51. But either way, I'm like, yeah, 43. I'm like, okay, obviously this guy's not fucking 80 years old. They're like, whatever it is. But I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hey, what do you, like, you know, tell me what the fuck this is. And what they do is they do the year by how many years the king has been king. So at that time, he was 43 years in fucking command or whatever, right?
Okay, with a Japanese.
Yeah.
ID.
So when he shows me, she's trying to show me, going, look, like, how old do you think he is? Oh, look, he's fucking 70. And I'm like, no, what the fuck? And they're like, no, this guy was 43 years in fucking command when he was born. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm like, that fucks with me, though. Like, I get that you guys understand it, but fuck, I don't. But also, there's no insinuation on the card, from what I recall, showing what fucking king. And I guess you're just supposed to know, like, 43 years, like, he's...
I know who he's talking about. You don't know who he's talking about?
Well, no, but...
He's that king.
But they would know. That's what I mean, though. But that's what I'm saying, is they would know, we wouldn't, right? So it works for them, but not for us. It's like, hey, like, fuck, man. Like,
wouldn't you, if you were a king, wouldn't you want to have, like, some, like, validated point everywhere that you're the king? I wouldn't just want to be like, yeah, you should know who I am. It's like, when you die, it's like, you should know all the history. We're not going to tell you who he is. It's like...
Yeah. It's all in the print, man.
Yeah, you go read, find out. I ain't gonna tell you.
Like, different countries have different methods of measuring time. You know what I mean? Like measuring the years, measuring this, measuring that. Like, I had a homie who was like, he was from it was either Ethiopia or Eritrea, one of those two. They're like neighboring countries, right? So one of those two countries, and those, I think it was Eritrea. So he had, apparently they don't function on 12 months a year. They function on 13 months a year.
We all should.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not the only place that does that.
So his
all
country, they are still in 2004 because of the 13-month gap. You know what I'm saying? Since like 13
maybe the Mayans
BC.
were right in 2012. Like,
Oh yeah, my
Still
world
away.
ended. That's the year I was supposed
You
to
know what I mean?
graduate. That's around the
So
world my life
they still
ended,
have the
so-
whole 13-month and 13,
yeah.
you know, planet, all
makes
that
sense,
shit.
man, because then every single month has 28 days.
Yeah,
And then there's one extra day, I think.
yeah.
So like that could be like New
with like
Year's
leap
Day,
years
Yeah.
included.
and
I'm
then
fucking.
every other
I don't
month
know.
Yeah,
after
wait.
that has the same amount of days.
Just look up 13 months.
365.
And I think
That's a
like
movie,
the
though,
first
so-
month would be always the same. Like the first day of the month would always be a Monday, like kind of thing. Like
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
organized completely.
So yeah,
different.
there'd be an
Yeah,
extra.
It's not. I don't know. It feels like a bit more organized.
Yeah.
It feels more.
It's like
continuity than how
0.035
they
whatever,
used to
but
do
it would be
but-
13 months and then like
yeah,
a
like an
little
extra
bit,
day
yeah,
or
like
whatever,
yeah.
But then I'm
But
sure
you know what's crazy though? Sorry,
Yeah.
oh no, go ahead, man.
I know there's other countries that operate on other timelines, like entirely. You know what I mean?
Which
Like,
timeline.
Well, like, so one thing I was gonna say earlier when you said something about the date thing, I was gonna say I saw a picture one day and it said like a meme and it's like, what's your tell me about your perfect date or something like that,
Yeah.
and it shows Buddy. He's like, oh, and he puts it like, you know, it's like month, day, year. He like, that's my perfect date. But the other thing is though is the so okay, and this is kind of like a little off topic, but whenever I was just doing the math there, I was like, wait a sec,
Yeah.
this reminds me of something. My kid told me some shit one day, and like, I just figured it was something he saw on the internet or his friend told him, and it was just for people to believe, right?
yeah,
But he tells me that at some point, he said it was in the 1700s, it was actually in the 1500s, but so he fucking lied to me. No, but what it is at some point. So what's the calendar we use now? The Gregorian? Yeah, Gregorian. Yeah,
Gregorian.
yeah. So when they switched to the Gregorian calendar, it was something like October 4th, 1500 and something. But
Right.
then the next day, instead of being October 5th on a different calendar, it was October 14th.
Yeah, I've heard.
So
this
they
before. I've heard this
skipped
before.
10
Oh,
days.
yeah,
They
that's-
skipped 10 days at some point,
Yeah,
right?
I've heard. This is also a theory around why like 2012 was like. This is some people's talk
Predicted.
about like invalidating it or revalidating. It was like all these days missed.
Well, 'cause
in
if
the
you take
calendar,
away- well, yeah,
but it
'cause if
thrown
you-
out the days in the actual
Well, yeah, but if you t-
calendar to disprove the Mayan calendar. It was,
But yeah, but if you take out, but
Hey,
if yeah, but if you take
100%,
out the
like, fuck.
fucking, but if you take out well, like when did they start the fucking leap year and shit? You know what I mean? Like, so if you take out like all that shit, so if it was when the Gregorian calendar came in, that's what fucking 500 or 400 and some years ago, or whatever, right? So then like every year, oh no, it'd be every 4 years, so it'd be like 100 days. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. But I was thinking because no, you get what I'm saying though. Is I was thinking like with the fucking leap year and shit, right? There'd be a bunch of days missing too, right? So even if you went with the 13-month thing
Right.
like you're talking about,
yeah,
at some point the missing days. There's the 10 days. There's all these other days, but it's not enough that I
yeah.
was insinuating.
It
But
still
either
doesn't-
way, when I went to do that math, I'm like, yo. Fucking my kid told me this shit. We looked it up, and fuck, there are 10 days missing from this calendar. And they even say like, they're like, yeah, did you find it? Oh, I thought you said yeah. I was like, I just thought you were like, yeah,
Yeah,
here it is.
right.
No, but yeah, it was. And I don't like. There's really no like ending to this, or like no like where it's going, or like insinuation of anything. But it's just like even then, it seems like such a like. Oh yeah, no, we're just gonna. Well, yeah, it's his calendar now. Like, yeah, tomorrow's just gonna be the 14th. That's yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, and we'll miss a day. Like, yeah, and like,
And fuck it, we'll
yeah,
miss too, you
and
know?
you know what? Just in this part of Canada or whatever, like we'll just switch the year back or the hour back. You know, like, yeah, spring ahead and fall
It's
back,
so
or whatever. Like, it's
yeah.
just like
Like-
okay, and that makes sense because they had a thing that looked at the stars and it looked at the shoreline and they had a boat, and I believe them. You know what I mean? Though, like
Yeah,
shit.
Jesus died on the cross too. I believe that as well. Let's say no knock to anyone
Huh?
that's very religious, but you know, like history. History's history, but history most of the time doesn't match up to the modern society that I'm living. Even if
Oh yeah, no, you can't just stone a
1500,
chick for cheating on you
Absolutely.
anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, you should be out. No.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, but to be fair though, I still know a couple witches out there. So
Yeah.
like no lie, there's a couple.
That's true. I use a different consonant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the word? Is that did I use the word?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I
Nice.
use the C word most of the
That's
time.
it.
Choo choo, you know.
Cha 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 choo choo.
Yeah.
Tabarnak, man.
La patate, je m'appelle
La
banane.
patate.
Dory, man.
Je suis la banane.
So I'm just going to tell a story so we can segue into this a little bit. But one day I'm talking to Tino and he's like, yeah, man, I'm recording this guy Heavy. He took a break from music and he's come back. Oh, yeah, cool. And I was like, weird. He's not recording with Quest. Like, yeah. And he's like, no. He's like, different Heavy, man. And before this, though, I had told Tino that I had met Evan. And so then I was like, yeah, no, remember I told you I met that guy. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, sick. Yeah, that's right, yeah. But my point is that it also fits the same description because Heavy did take a break from music and is coming back for making more music. Heavy, but it's HEVVE
or something.
HEVVE.
Yeah. Yeah, like no hate to him. I existed before he was even like probably. Like,
I don't know.
I got pissed off when that guy came up, but here's the thing: I couldn't say anything because I wasn't active enough on shit.
No.
But no lie, if I would have been like consistently releasing music, I probably would have like I'm not gonna say G-checked it.
Yeah.
I probably would have been like, yo, you know that I am using that, so just to avoid conflict when I do fucked up shit and you get blamed for it, maybe you should.
Yeah. Just that's not a threat. It's not a threat. That's just a suggestion.
Nice way of doing it.
It wouldn't have been him what he's doing to be coinciding with
Yeah. Like Heavy.
I would have been fucking up his image. He'd be making me look better.
No, that's it though. Like, yeah.
Like,
no, that's right. It's like this isn't a threat. I'm not gonna bring your name through the mud. But just so you know,
for your best interest,
someone might come to you and go, "Hey, this guy gave me blank." No. But either way, I was just saying that. But
like that.
Yeah. But I was just saying that. I was just saying, hey, you know what? When he's told me that story, I was like, hey, shit. You know, I'm thinking of a different guy that suits the whole scenario. I'm like, hey, shit. Yeah, he did take a break and he is coming back to music and whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm just trying to bring it back to like, so you are making some music. Yeah, you have been recording before. Just you don't. Did you take it down or you haven't put it up ever?
I've recorded and put it out. Like I used to be like doing it alone. Then I did it with like a group of people. Like used to be with a group of guys, Red Couch Boys, and like one of the guys was like this guy named Noel, goes by Spooks, and he's recorded like extensively tons of hours with this guy, and it's like, you know, so I've gone in and out with it, but it got to a point where like, you know what, maybe I was just recording for a couple years, and I just became like, I'm not gonna say stuck up, but more petty about what I want to put out. Even I'm recording with him, and I'll still be like, you're overthinking it, and it really is me just overthinking.
You're too critical.
Remember that you said that.
Write
it down and remember it.
I told you.
I'll clip it and send it to you.
Clip it and send it because he needs to see this part.
Yeah, but I know it. Okay, I know that even when I do it though. I know when I do it.
Yeah, but you need to remember it.
Yeah, but I'll remember and I'll still do it. I'll be like, bro, you've literally told me that I know the recordings suck. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I want to hear them anyway.
Yeah.
Like they're not good files I did. You know, maybe I was just warming up into it. But
so we started working together like a month ago again.
Yeah, probably like.
But we were working like we did the light things back in the day. Like we were always friends back then, and like we had a lot of mutual friends, and like you said, Spooky. Shout out Spooky. Shout out the Red Couch Gang.
Shout
Rudy.
out Cubes too.
Shout out Cubes. Shout out Rudy. They turned into like the DTH crew. You know what I mean, gang.
What's DTH?
DTH down the hill.
Down the that's right. I should have known that. Should have fucking
down
known.
the hill, Orleans. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, like I met Cubes in high school. You know, like in grade 11. Like I sat behind his older brother in math class when I showed up.
Smelly guy.
Yeah, when I showed up, like, you know, he was sitting in front of me, and then he knew I was doing music because I was chilling with my homies making music all the time. So at one point when I was in class, for one of the days that I was in class, his brother Matt was like, yo, like my little brother wants to get into music, da 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 da. So I started hanging out with Cubes. I blessed his laptop. I installed FL, gave him mad samples, showed him a little 1-2, like, this is how you chop a sample, this is how you flip the sample, this is how you make beats. And that was that. Like back then, like then he turned around and showed his homies. He showed Spooky, he showed CBGB, he showed fucking Rudy. He got them onto the hip hop shit. And like Rudy, crazy writer, like amazing writer.
Rudy's a goat.
He's an amazing writer.
Very skill.
Spooky is crazy with the melodies and shit. You know what I mean? Even CGB, like, he did his thing with the music and shit. But now he's doing, like, painting and shit. Like, he's on some next level shit.
No comment.
Cubes, Cubes,
no, he's alright.
Cubes is killing it with the beats. Like, he's always cooking up. Like, he's got some fire beats. Like, his beats, he has his own sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
if there's
You
anything
have
I taught
to.
him,
You have to.
it's to have his own
Have
sound.
to.
You know what I mean? Like
He's got does he still have that? Like I haven't listened to this shit in a few years.
Yeah.
It's still like a boom boom bap kind of influence.
old school, like old school, like
Yeah.
808s, like
Yeah,
old
yeah.
school Southside shit. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay, so like
MGK,
mid 2000s.
But like that's-
early,
but that's-
early
But that's it
10s.
too, though. If you can,
Yeah.
if you can make a sound that is a familiar sound,
MGK.
but also be your own what MGT?
I just
No, but also
I
be
myself.
MGK.
oh
It
MGK.
was MGK.
Yo, I actually said I'm not gonna lie, man.
MGG.
I'm not gonna. Okay,
MGG.
okay. I was just gonna
Hey,
say.
Paul and
I ain't gonna
Oh
hold you to
yeah.
that.
But I was just gonna say
It
at
was
one
MGK.
one time
Fuck that.
one
Fuck
time
MGK.
no one time I did no one time I
Honestly.
heard that, and I'm changing my fucking story here. But you said I thought, and he said MGK, so I was like, oh, I thought you said MGK. But at one point, because you're like, oh, I'm just cracking myself. I'm like, at one point though, I heard a song from you, or I heard a verse from you, or something, and I was like, yo, it actually sounds like MGK. But like, no,
Tino.
yeah.
I can
But
see that,
but yo,
actually.
but it's not. But it's not
I
what
can
you
see
think. It's
that.
not what you think. It's not like.
Yeah.
It's not what like you were talking about the old sound of MGK. It's not that. It's not the new sound of MGK. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But either way, I'm not saying you sound like it. It was just this one verse or this one. I don't know if I think it was just like I said. I think you were just a feature on the song, but it was just
Yeah.
this one thing. I'm pretty sure I said it to you too. I was like, man, like I hear this fucking sound, which totally brought me off my original point. And I'm sorry for that. I love you all.
Well, because I did say
Oh,
MGK.
sorry, yes.
But I meant to say MJG, A-Ball, and MJG.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
and
say,
I do
totally
remember my
Right,
point.
right.
Sorry, and I do remember my point is that like you're saying like yeah, you need your own sound, and fucking 100% you have to
Yeah.
have your own sound.
Yeah.
But the thing is a lot of people are trying to like mimic something or trying to hit a point or trying to get
Yeah.
this. So like I'm saying like if you can do that, if you can go, okay, I'm gonna be a trap fucking producer, or like I'm gonna
Yeah.
make this genre or make this sound, whatever. But I have my own sound as well. Like when you can get that's fucking crucial because it's the familiar sound.
Your own
But then
flavor.
you have your own, use your own.
I think that's a good. way to
Especially some
approach
people
it.
too use their own, like I guess everyone does, like use your own like snares and this and that and whatever, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I find like especially like those people that when you hear you go, that's a Metro Boom and that's a this, that's a that. It's
You can
because
tell just by
it's
the
because they
sound.
use
Yeah,
they
yeah.
use that sound. They go, that is my sound. When that snare, like I'm gonna use that, and they have it saved somewhere. You know what I
It's
mean?
not
Like
even
it's like
just the
that's that.
snare
Well,
or
but
the
I mean
drum
anything,
sounds.
like yeah,
It's
like.
just like the atmosphere of the beats.
Oh,
sometimes.
100%.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just was
Like-
using that as an example. But even,
like-
yeah, like I have this one melody sound or I have this fucking one
Like when I
cadence
was
sound.
in
Like,
Toronto, I worked with some serious guys. You know what I mean? And when I showed them my shit, immediately they're like, "Yeah, like you truly like you have your own sound. Like I have my own way of approaching the beat when I produce it. I have my own way of looking at things. You know what I mean? Like I just like even when I rap, like I describe shit differently. You know what I mean? Like I
mhm.
just like I say shit in my own way. But like when it comes to the beats, like for example, if you listen to all the shit I've been dropping like weekly, you know what I mean? I drop a new
Yep.
track every Tuesday, right? So it's all drill style beats, but they don't sound like regular drill beats.
No,
They're
yeah.
like Tino drill, like I call it OT drill, Ottawa drill. But like even these other like the little Ottawa artists that are doing fucking drills are doing like the Jersey bop or whatever.
they're
the
they're
New York
copying.
drill. They're copying.
Yeah.
They're not even making their own beats.
Yeah.
They're not even sourcing Ottawa drill. They're
Right.
sourcing drill from the states
Yeah, but what's Ottawa drill?
and bringing it back to Ottawa and dropping their
Lies.
music in Ottawa. You know what I'm saying? So they're
No,
taking the
yeah.
states drill and dropping music up here, and who like no one's really listening to their shit in the states. So it's they're regurgitating states music into Canada.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
with me, I make my own custom beats, right? Like I'm
Yeah,
always
yeah.
hooking up. So the shit I'm making, it doesn't sound like US drill. It doesn't sound like
Yeah,
UK drill. But here's the thing. Like I feel like my shit is kind of like a bit of a leg off of European drill, because if you listen to European drill,
That's where it started too, is it not?
I believe so.
technically,
Chicago
like, the history
or
of drill,
UK.
The real original drill was European, because it started with the break beat shit. It started with the grime shit. It started with the old like drill. They were doing drill shit in the UK in the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like the grime shit. It was grime that started the
True,
off
true.
beats
Right.
and like the offset drums and whatnot. So it was really grime that started that shit back in the 90s. But
I love the
Here's the
accent too, man.
the
Sorry.
original
anyway.
point I was trying to make is
Oh
that
yeah, I mean,
the UK, not just the UK, but Europe in general. So each country has their own kind of flavor of drill. So the UK has their own flavor of drill. Italy, has their own flavor of drill.
You just had to say that, eh?
Germany has their own. Well, obviously.
I know. I'm just bugging you, bro. I'm bugging you.
Rondo, bro. That's one of my favorite artists right now. He's an artist from Italy. He makes crazy drill. Like, I can't understand half of it. I can understand most
Rondo.
of it. Rondo.
Like not Quando Rondo, but like
Not
Rondo.
Rondo, but Rondo da
Just Rondo.
Sosa.
Oh,
He
yeah,
also have
yeah.
Rondo da
Oh.
Sosa. He's Italian drill artist. He's fucking sick. Sickest beats, sickest rap. Like, he's snapping. You know what I mean? Killing it in Italy. Anyway, so original point. Italy has its own flavor of drill. UK has its own flavor of drill. Germany, fucking France, Spain, they all have their own little subgenre of drill. You know what I'm saying? By location. But all encompassing the European drill. I feel like my drill is more of an offset of the European drill than it is like a New York drill or like a
Right.
fucking like who else does drill in the states other than like Chicago.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's a completely different situation.
Yeah.
Like Chicago drill has no relation to New York drill.
Yeah.
New York drill is like Pop Smoke or 22 or
Right,
whatever.
right.
20, those guys like
But see,
all those crazy motherfuckers. They all have different sounding music.
well, I was
You know
gonna
what
say
I'm
this earlier, and I think he actually said it real quick.
Yeah.
Was it's like punk rock too? Like,
Yeah.
because back in the day there was an argument of like who started punk rock, where did it come
Yeah.
from? Was it the UK? Was it New York? Was it this? Was
100%
it that?
UK.
But then even then, like
Oh,
regardless,
UK, the Ramones.
but
The Ramones.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know, but
for
yeah,
sure, the
but there's
Ramones.
also,
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
but the Ramones were they not from New York? Were they not?
They're from the UK. Ramones are from the UK.
Okay, but I thought that was the argument with Sex
Yeah, but
Pistols,
but here's
Ramones.
the
But either way,
problem.
regardless, okay, but either way,
Oh, yeah,
the-
shit.
but either way, regardless of the argument, is just that I'm
Yeah.
saying like same
Sex
same
Pistols,
same thing
man.
though, is that like so yes, it's the argument of who did this, who did that, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, even once you go, okay, yeah, there's the UK and then there's like the States. The States has there was a bunch of different ones in there. You know what I mean? Like, because there was the New York, there was the LA. Because even hip hop has it. We know that. We all fucking, if we're here, we know that. But the punk rock had the same shit, and it wasn't a battle. It wasn't a fight thing. But there was a New York sound, and then there was a fucking like California sound, right, for the punk rock. And there was that Seattle grunge, like whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So like when I say that, it's like similar that way, where it's like, yeah, there's the UK, and then there's like the States, but the States had a bunch of like individual things. Like when you say like New York and Chicago are different, and then like the UK and the States are different, it's like once you go and compare it like that, it's like, oh yeah, in the States there's a bunch of different little things inside there too, you know?
Yeah.
Where like you said, it's different. Like
Right.
the Chicago is different than the UK, right? But once it comes across that way, they do it their type of way or whatever, right?
UK drill, fuck.
The other day, Chicago had a day where nobody got killed.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure you're not just seeing that?
Ottawa's
recycled
getting
meme?
more dangerous. Fuck.
I've literally seen that picture 100 times. Like it was like, oh yeah, it's the first day in years Chicago didn't have a murder or something.
Yeah,
It
I
probably
seen
probably wasn't even actually true. I'm not gonna lie. Probably still was.
Who fucking
Look,
knows?
Chicago is the only place where this might be an old stat, but Chicago was the only place at the point of me seeing this video that there's one person in the entire place in the States that has a fucking rocket launcher, and it was pretty sure it's Quando Rondo, but it was in Chicago. Yeah.
So just to touch back on the original point is, you know how you
Sorry,
said
man.
Punk was like, the argument was UK or New York or whoever,
Yeah.
and then you slightly mentioned how hip hop was like everyone knows it's New York, but the crazy thing is about hip hop, there are two arguments about.
Well, I don't mean
there are two
it's.
separate arguments about hip hop.
I didn't say it was New York that started it.
But so the general consensus is it was the Boogie Down Bronx, right?
Yeah.
Like KRS-One, like back then, DJ Kool Herc, all those guys.
Okay.
These
Oh, I
five,
see. Hip hop.
the-
Sorry, I thought you meant
talking about
drill.
hip-hop.
Sorry, I meant drill specifically.
No,
yeah.
not drill.
1973, brother.
So no, but here's the thing: there are two arguments that I've heard from different directions, right, about who started hip hop.
Not one drill.
So one of them, no, fuck that. So one of them was, first of all, Johnny Cash.
Started hip hop.
Well, bro, he was rapping.
Yeah.
He was
well, he's
rapping
very
before rappers were rapping.
right.
He was MCing before MCs were MC.
But isn't he
was
white?
actually rapping. If you listen to his old shit, he was rapping. Like it was a country beat, but he was rapping.
Oh, for
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Like, he
Well,
was
I mean, like,
rapping.
well,
He was
yeah.
actually rapping. So it's like, what the fuck, right? So that's a mind fuck on its own. And there's a whole thread, there's a whole argument about that shit. Now, that's just for the rapping side of things. But on a production side of things and like digital music production, the Beatles. Sergeant Pepper's Club or whatever.
Sergeant Pepper, yeah.
So
You know where
they
that-
started
anyways.
that EDM shit. They started that.
Yeah,
Not
right.
even EDM, but
Where they got the name for that
like
song?
the disco
digitally
kind of,
produced, like kind of music. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like drum machines, all that shit. Blah, blah,
all
blah,
the
like
yeah,
like they started digitally produced music with that Sergeant Pepper's album,
right.
Sergeant Pepper's Club.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like that's another like, oh bro, like
It's very
It
yeah.
goes deep, bro, like-
I've heard of the name, but I didn't know it was like a straight up like
Well,
kind of
yo,
movement.
oh
with
buddy,
it.
like the
I'm
whole.
sure the vague,
you know where that name came from,
prospect
Sergeant
of the-
Pepper?
No, I don't even know.
So they were sitting at dinner one time,
Yeah.
and fucking I don't. The story I saw, they said who it was, but one of them
Yeah.
said something about like pass me the salt and pepper,
Yeah.
and I guess the other person heard pass me the Sergeant Pepper. So they all had this big laugh, and it's like
Yeah,
this
right.
inside joke of like fucking
How
Sergeant
No doubt,
Pepper.
that's how shit
Like,
comes,
I know
man.
it ain't Sergeant Pepper. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm one of the most foolish people you'll meet. If I heard Sergeant Pepper, I'd be like, I just smoked too much weed right now.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's the same shit though as like fucking the 4G audio and shit. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
but that's-
I heard it a certain
Don't-
way,
don't
and then
give
I
them
saw it
credit.
a certain way.
I like the sound of
Inspiration.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fuck them,
But if you already have something in your head, and then you're like, oh yeah, this like whatever, right? Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's like I thought they were saying something else in the songs, and then I'm like, no, it's not that. But hey, this is a play on words, you know? Like I don't know, but I get it too. Like it's silly, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was one of those things like on the radio. You know, when they're like, "Oh, did you know, fucking, you know, on this day in rock and roll and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
whatever."
Shay does
But
that or
but then I
something.
think before they played one of those songs or something, they said that they're like, yeah, it was this fucking story that happened or whatever.
Yeah.
Useless information. It kind of takes away from what you were saying, but I fucking
whatever.
had to say it, man. I had to say it. Shout out to the
Yeah.
camera, by the way.
Are you liking the new camera?
Yeah, we got a new camera. We
Oh,
actually
man.
are running 3
Mhm.
angles this time.
That's the first time.
First time,
First time,
ever.
yeah.
Actually, I was gonna say in a while, but ever, yeah. And we have this fucking fancy new camera. You guys get the
usually
fucking.
You do do you have a front angle in the angle we're at? You usually don't have the corner angle.
Yeah,
no,
exactly,
yeah.
Corner angle.
And we used to use this camera
The
here, but
corner
we had a
angle
different one.
makes it. The corner. Well, I should just be in the variant angle. What's up? What are you saying? But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it works.
Yeah. No, yeah, it still works. It's just like think of me as like this guy probably got me when I was like sitting like this.
Oh
And then-
yeah,
and then
me
I'll
too.
I have a
Yeah.
problem with slouching, so I was like, oh, now I'm not in the frame. But like,
Yeah, I've been over here like
Oh,
most of
man.
the
much
episode.
weed,
But that's
I
it
drink
too,
too
though,
much
is
and I'm lazy. So.
I'll like start like this and then I end up going like this.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
like I look at
always.
myself and I'm like this. I'm like, oh wait, yeah,
4
sit up.
times.
Yeah.
It shows taller.
Three,
Yeah.
4 times since I sat down, I'm like, this guy's taller than me, but he's not like this. And then I'm looking at one point, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like looking up on him, and I'm like, yo,
It's me, man. So 2 things I want to say is I also noticed when you walked the other way that you're wearing a polo hat too, matching white polo hat, sick,
Yeah.
fire. But we were talking about some hip hop shit. We were talking about spitting some shit, this and that, whatever. Are either of you guys prepared to spit a freestyle for us?
fuck. Like, it might not be great when I freestyle, but sure.
Hey man.
I'll pretty much tell you all the artists that ever freestyle in here suck. So
Big shout out to everybody
If
who
you guys are listening to
freestyled
this, we're
here.
kidding. We love you.
Yeah, no.
shit, they
No.
know I'm fucking with them,
Yeah.
man.
There's been
In reality, you know what? Like, with the style of music I do, like, sometimes I'll freestyle, and then my boys are, I'm like, yo, it'd be sick if it was auto-tune. They're like, no, it was still good. But I'm like, yo, just with how I do it, but like, we're gonna spit one right now. I'm just gonna try to come at
freestyle doesn't really even have to sound good. Freestyle is just freestyle. You know what I'm
Spit your
saying? That, you know, you spit in your bars. Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta, so
You have a written.
You either
Yeah,
have.
I was gonna say you could
yeah, you
record
got
it.
something written,
Oh,
or
so
you
you're
got.
not gonna throw something up for me. You just want me to, you want me to acapella it.
No,
Oh
no,
no,
we'll
there's
throw
gonna be a beat.
on.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
put
okay.
these on too.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
funny,
you
funny,
have
then
to throw
that's
headphones
nice.
on.
Put it under that board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we're
Are
gonna.
they
Yeah.
Audio Technicas?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has. It's just they're just for the price point. They're just some of the best.
Yeah. Really, like looking back on it, I probably should have bought those. I bought these.
What are those?
They're
They're
Sure-
sure,
no,
like
Those are still.
No,
good.
but yo,
But-
Sure's
sure
good.
for sure has a lot of good quality stuff.
It's just the
Yeah.
only thing
Sure's good for sure, man.
because they were even, but they were even
You
like
know?
close. They were even close. Like I think that like there was one in the same price range as these, so it didn't really matter.
Are these the ones
Yeah,
that-
yeah, I remember
But
that.
I think what it was is like when you hold this, like it feels like more solid. But at the same time, that one has metal and shit. This is just it's literally all plastic.
Here's the thing though, like sure, and this guy will agree with me. They make some good products, but they make some fucking garbage too. Like,
Yeah, eh?
Like they're very like there's like Audio Technica. I'll say this. Maybe you'll disagree. I find like their products
quality.
They're good quality. They're not the best by any means, by the best of the market, but they're consistent. And
Yeah.
you know if you're gonna buy their product, it's not gonna be bad.
Right.
Well,
It'll be the top
you're not
of the
gonna
And
be
on top of it,
disappointed
man,
when you
and
get
on
home.
top of it, this is just a Nike, or not Nike, fuck, sorry. This is just a Sony fucking headset.
There you go.
That's a Sony. I thought.
Well, it's sure, but the thing is it's just a fucking Sony headset.
it's sure
I'm
branding.
positive because you see them like this with the same blue and red and all the same shit.
Stop. Yeah, I told her I'm gonna love her until like 5 o'clock.
Looks the
Yeah, I'm
same.
taking drugs like a thug. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm with Tino on the couch and we going fucking crazy. Yeah, camera on me like lights cinematic. Yeah, when I put my gun out, it's motherfucking so tragic. Yeah, load my gun up, reload it. I tell that bitch when I fuck her, I'm gonna be composed and hey,
Yeah.
with the motion. Yeah, I'm moving slow when the drugs I'm on. I told her I'm gonna go and fuck that hoe. Hey, yeah, the computer's on slow motion. I told that bitch, yeah, I don't know how to fucking notion. With the fucking potion. Yeah, when she's naked, I put on the lotion, eh? Hit my vape, yeah, it's fucking potent, eh? 50 ain't 20, but it's fucking 30, eh? 30 at 3:30 in the morning. Put that bitch in the foreign. Yeah, if I was broke, yeah, I'd make a fucking porn. Yeah. Yo, that's
Yeah.
fucked up. It feels like I'm in a fucking I can
Movie?
hear all you guys, but now I'm with it.
Yeah, that's what that. Yeah.
You hit one. You hit one, Josh.
Passes it to Tino. Keep it
He'll
rolling.
outdo me. I feel it. It's just the quarter on it.
Keep it going.
Tino's. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, same beat.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
same beat.
Same beat.
Yeah. Yeah, you were recording me, then I'm like, pass it to him. Sorry, bro. I was like, oh, awkward.
Yeah. They could never replicate what I demonstrate. Let them hate when I set it straight. Yeah, you know I'm too heavy for these fucking featherweights. Flow deadly till the levee breaks. Never knew a time when I wasn't motherfucking broke. So I do it for the love of the money. 16 on the corner selling motherfucking dope. Did you do it for the love of the money? Yeah. Shoebox, watch the motherfucking paper stack. I did it whatever I did, I never take it back. I take it back to the pit selling fivers. Got the whole classroom smelling my marijuana. Your honor, I promise not to keep up with the drama. Bestiality, I always sleeping with the llama. Biggie truck to tell me more money, more problems. I solemnly swear to keep stacking that guala. Gang shit.
Tino.
What the fuck did you say? No bestiality, but I'm sleeping with the llama.
Bestiality, but I was sleeping with the llama.
Let's go.
That's stupid, yeah.
That's a bar.
I'll hit a
That's
different
fire.
one. Fuck it. Because I was just spitting off random shit. I didn't think he was actually just
I
going to.
told you to spit a written, bro. I told
No,
you
I'll
before.
spit it written.
I go
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
llama.
you
That's
can
a
do
body
that.
drop.
You can... Guess we'll go for another one, Jonesy.
Same beat.
Another.
You want a new
Let's do a
beat?
different one. Yeah, a different one now.
Let's try this one.
Ooh.
Picture, yeah.
Pick something, bro. What are you doing, bro?
What?
4G audio,
What?
baby.
Let's go.
I know, fuck. Whoa, yeah. The drink I'm sipping kinda dirty. New girl pull up looking flirty. When I pull up, I got a Glock, let it off, I'm feeling sturdy. I sold drugs until it was like almost about 7:30. Yeah, 7:38, I fuck that bitch, I feel like fatty, eh? Yeah, count money, walk my car, give me top, yeah. Call me charity, generous, high, I'm so delirious. She blocked my call, gown, hold on. Sound so loud, yeah. Automatic, say heavy, smoke a best around. Follow me on all, say it's late, so you just wait. I'ma kiss your lips and then I'ma bust a nut off on your face, yeah.
Yo, keep going.
Woo.
Keep going.
4G audio, baby.
Yo. I jumped out the womb and put rappers in tune. Cause they acting a fool when they ain't actually cool. And they talking tough when I know they always bluff. I've been high since high school, sticking the hallways up. Yeah, y'all wanted bars, well I ain't got no Xannies. All I got is SARS, catch me coughing on your family. Spitting on your granny, do it for the Grammy. If I don't need, I'm gonna do it for a Grammy. I've been on the Lammy. Yo, I've been on the Lammy, ran up on the plug twice, never in the jammy. You know the Bud Nice, Tell a garçon, Di Serrano, crushed ice. Lead a bar hammered. Yes, I fucked up the
Shit.
fucking. Oh my god. Yo. Never pop style, but pop style. Forgive me for being hostile. You not wild. They're like, Tino, who you got now? Who hot now? Cause I'm mixing with the pot now. I got loud. In a sound like a sonar. I never ran out of gas so far, so I go far. Speaking on my name, run you over with a go-kart. Rappers over 30 sounding like a old fart. It's Tino Mozart. I got a cold heart with frozen arteries. City full of MCs and they don't want no parts of me. Cause being real is hard to be. It's a commodity. That's why Tino gotta be the prodigy. Silently, I'm creeping up and taking over. I got a deck full of aces, but my face is poker. Tino looking like an ancient Roman. Writing rhymes, sitting on the throne that's made of porcelain, yeah. And tell him that I came for fortune. Green, I be smoking, turn Tino into a Martian, yeah. Always hit the target like a marksman. Got it off my chest like fucking Kelly Clarkson, yeah.
Woo!
The fueled references in there. SARS, Kelly Clarkson.
SARS, that's 2005 as fuck right now.
Yeah.
Yo, gotta match with the polo fams. Who?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Fire.
Oh God, I feel targeted there.
That's crazy, man.
Target market.
I still love the llama bar.
Yo, the llama
Yeah.
bar.
Fucking
Fire.
Too much, man. That's too much, man.
Yeah,
Ate it up.
heavy.
heavy.
That was
Heavy.
Heavy.
that was unexpected. I forgot again. I keep forgetting.
See, if I would have known that right away, like if I would have known he was just gonna come with it written, like me, I'm freestyle.
I freestyle.
No.
I'm better. You know?
I'm better.
You know, hit that.
No.
Better, very better.
Negative.
Hit
negative.
that.
He's already
Negative,
in it
negative,
by
negative.
default.
Yeah, he's by
Actually,
default.
It's been 9 months.
Shut up.
9 months on
Let's
11th.
go,
9 months since my
baby.
baby
Every
was in
11th.
seven,
For
eight,
real,
11th,
huh?
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, April
11th.
April 11th. I'm going to see if I can get my cast taken off.
April
Nice.
11th.
Shit.
Right now, could I have a beer though?
Yeah. You got it.
April 11th. Fuck, that's too soon for me.
So I
Okay,
Soon
well.
enough, yo.
Here's the thing is, so pretty much out of time. You want to do the lightning round?
We here.
Let's do the fucking lightning round.
All right.
Let's go. Bear fuckery. Let's go.
What's
I don't
the
know.
lightning round?
I don't think
You'll
Tino's done the new one yet either.
No.
Oh, let's get ready to fuck some shit up.
Bear
Alright.
fuckery, he says too. Yeah.
The bear fuckery. Let's
Where am
go.
I at?
All right. I just gotta be quiet.
All right, boys.
Can you play guitar? You want to play the guitar first?
No, I can't. But I know how to give you a nice intro. Like,
Would you
So
rather
pleasant.
free pizza for life or free strippers for life?
Strippers.
nah, this is
Strippers.
bad answer.
You can make money off the
get-
strippers.
I can make money off pizza.
No.
How
You
many-
never said it had to be cooked already.
People don't want
So you
pizza in
tell
their
me
music
I could have
videos.
I could have an unlimited supply of pizza, so I could have the supplies to it. I'm gonna start a pizza business. Then I'm just gonna not be a fucking bum.
No. Free pizza is pizza in the fucking
Yeah,
box.
and-
Free pizza every day, motherfucker.
anyone could say free pussy or free strippers. Anyone can be a sugar daddy too. if you have
What's
the money.
more expensive, strippers or pussy or pizza? What?
Strippers.
Strippers.
Yeah,
So
but-
I'll take what's more expensive. Thank
There
you
you
very
go.
much. Free strippers,
There you go.
and it's different
Take
strippers.
that.
Yeah,
The
it's-
amount
They're
of
male
money I'm going to
strippers.
save, he's
It's
thinking.
coming from
No
the
male
fucking
strippers.
strippers. The male strippers are the best ones.
Whoa.
They got the most heart. They got the most get in their step. You know. Like,
Yeah.
Negative.
That's what I gotta say to that.
Who did you guys like more listening to, Tupac or Biggie?
Oh. Well, I went through phases, bro. Like
Yeah.
from 12 to like 16, Tupac, when I was like introspective. But then like 18 to like 25, my turn up phase,
Yeah, yeah.
Biggie, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I was like turn up, be the life of the party, Biggie. But when I was just like writing and being like revolutionary, all that bullshit,
Right.
fucking Tupac.
I got about 838s, 99s, 10 Mac 10s, man. This shit never ends.
Shotty by the shower if you want to shoot me while I'm shitting.
No,
This girl said the other day-
Never Biggie, just Tupac. Never Biggie, just Tupac.
This
Never
girl said the
one.
other day, she's like, I'm making a t-shirt. Her name, she calls herself Brooklyn. She goes, I'm going to make a t-shirt. It's got a picture of Biggie and he's saying, where Brooklyn at? And this other girl
Oh
goes,
my god.
why? Why would Biggie be looking for you? And I was like,
Oh fuck.
That's so
"Oh,
rude."
Yeah,
shit." I'm like,
that's
"Oh,
ignorant.
man."
so
That's
rude,
ignorant
bro.
as
What the
fuck.
fuck?
Bitches are so rude.
But it wasn't even that. It's just like, man, I'm like, that's what he says in a song. Like,
That's
shit,
so
like,
rude,
fuck,
bro.
man, like,
Well,
Bitches
his
be rude
lyrics.
as fuck, bro.
bitches be
the lyrics,
halas.
man, sorry.
Bitches be
Um,
halas, fam.
best place for food in Ottawa.
Yo, what you already know, bro? Fucking King Shawarma from fucking
Yeah,
Garbanzo
yeah.
Bean.
We
This
made
guy's
we.
smoking.
Mar-
Yeah,
Mr.
that's
Mr.
right.
Shawarma.
This guy's lighting up
Mr.
his
Sharmuta.
Shawarma, fam.
This
Mr.
guy's-
Sharmuta.
this guy's
Yo, I need two
fucking
fresh
smoking.
chicken
Yeah.
This
Sharmuta.
guy is smoking it, buddy. No chance.
No, bro.
The
no.
best food in
I'm
Ottawa.
not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna
What?
Best food in
lie.
Ottawa.
Where?
Yo, check my boy. He'll be in the downtown around
Yo.
9:30 to about 2:30. Like, oh, you guys mean food? Like
A lot of
like
people
something to
hate.
eat,
A lot of people hate.
Not dog food, man.
Giovanni's is fire.
Not dog food. No.
Giovanni's.
is fire.
Giovanni's.
Giovanni's, yo.
Boom.
La Roma.
La
fire.
Roma.
What are you
La
trying
Roma.
to? But it depends what you're
Bro.
doing, though. I'll give you
You know
the
what I
best.
mean?
We just want to
Like-
eat the
like-
best food.
Trattoria.
What's the best steak
fire.
spot then? Owls
Yo,
or what?
some lamb chops.
Owls,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah.
Yo,
what's
lamb
that?
chops, dog.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
what do you want to go for?
I want
crazy
Tino
steak,
knows.
man?
I
Go
want
over
Al's
to-
pickles,
go over to
man.
Harmon's,
Yo.
bro. Go over to Harmon's.
Harmon's fire too.
Get yourself
Yo.
a nice fucking tomahawk to your face for fucking $300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just
Gang.
be a man, do it. You know.
Or just
Yeah.
make it yourself, man.
What?
Said, or just make it yourself, man. We did that for my birthday once.
Bro,
We
I
got,
ain't gonna lie, do a tomahawk still. It's still gonna cost
We
you
got
like,
two-
enough to do
like
that.
80
and
man, we
work
got
well,
we
you
got
know?
Yeah,
two we
yeah.
got two fucking tomahawks. They were each over a kilo, and fucking we made those for my birthday.
And how,
That's
so
sick.
Did you get a good
That's
temp
so
on it,
Fired
or
them
what?
right up. We made a lot of food.
God,
that
I think
day.
I cooked them perfect, but then everyone wanted to cook them again.
These
Yeah.
guys, you have to cooking them nicely rare. People wanted a little bit more brown. I like my shit. Actually, I eat tartare.
It's hard too, though. They
I'll
were
eat that shit
Oh,
anyway.
they were
tartare, I
fucking
love that
4.5,
shit. Yeah,
yo.
they
But it
were
was hard.
big,
It was
man.
hard. They were 4.5 inches thick too, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you just cook it on
Fuck,
fucking.
that's the same size as
You
my
do
cock,
high, and
bro.
then low. You know what I mean?
Lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah.
You know, bro, there's a bunch
Sick.
of white guys in the room. I'll take pride in that. I got the 4-incher here, bro.
All right.
Shit, man.
If you were in a room with everyone you have ever met before or in your life, who would be the first person you look for?
B-show. I'd be looking for B-show. man.
Oh, I'd probably look for Dip, bro. Right now.
That's
I'd be
what's
looking
up,
for
man.
Dip,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Real
of
shit.
course.
I'd be looking for my dog, bro.
Of course,
Fuck,
yeah.
bro.
That's
Looking
what's
for
up.
Jeremy, because
Or-
that guy
or
owes
my
me
mom.
$20. Where you at, Jeremy? Where the fuck you at, Jeremy? Where you at, bro? You owe
I
me
can
$20,
respect
bro.
that too.
But no,
Yeah.
no, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. No, he don't owe me shit. But like the first guy I look for, other than my family disincluded, I would assume, because obviously, like I think a lot of us would agree, like
Yeah.
family disincluded.
Well, somebody gave the answer, said they'd look for their mom or whatever, right? And I was
It's
like, no,
anyone,
the thing
man.
Is,
You
but the thing
never
is, I
know.
never thought of people who passed away. I'm just thinking like people were alive,
No,
right? So
yeah.
fuck, actually, I'm like, yeah. When they said that, I'm like, yo, I changed my answer, man. Like, shit, my mom.
Yeah, I met Dip when I was like 17, like 18, like
It's fucked up.
fresh out of high school,
Yeah.
like fucking.
It's
you know.
fucked
Yeah.
up how I knew you
I
guys
got
both.
I got some of these questions like off of Instagram, you know, when you're scrolling and there's those like
Yeah.
big ones or whatever.
Yeah, big,
And
Alright.
big
I,
ones.
I looked through the comments and the majority of the comments was that like a lot of people were like someone that was like taken, you know,
Yeah.
suddenly and recently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
of course, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, man. What's your favorite venue for shows here in Ottawa?
I mean,
was Ritual, personally.
I
Yeah?
mean,
Had a lot of
like,
history there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been long gone now. It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
fucking
for
Presso
sure.
Tino. It's a bubble tea.
Oh yeah,
in Ottawa,
yeah, yeah. Trying to keep it local, you know.
I'll have to say,
Stomach's killing me.
fucking obviously the Canadian Tire. Is it still the Canadian Tire Center?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'll have
it's
to be
funny
Canadian
you
Tire
you
Center.
said that because another question is TD Place or Canadian Tire Center, but there you go.
Yeah,
Probably
obviously
TD.
Yeah,
Canadian
yeah,
Tire. No,
for
I
sure.
can't do TD Place, I'd rather Canadian Tire Center.
What about
Because I know I ain't gonna sell it $20K. I don't know where you would.
yeah?
Well, it's not for you to-
It's a bitch that it's further, but like I'd still rather.
hire
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Give me TD Place, and I'll just get all the crackheads from the Byward Market down here.
But I
Also,
think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
I think it's for. Is it for watching a show or performing?
Shit. I would. That doesn't specify, but I would say like performing at.
Okay,
Since you know
Because he
everyone.
was talking about filling seats at
Filling
TD, and I'm like,
seats,
oh
yeah.
no, like I thought it was just like, where do you want to see a show?
where
You know
wanna
what I
see-
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As like a fan, like I'd rather
Canadian Tire.
Canadian Tire for sure.
For
like,
sure, it's gonna be
you
a
get
better
a box,
experience.
you get your free pizza.
But I mean,
you
like,
Yeah.
you get your free
The
strippers.
experience,
For- for- I know how the
yeah.
city
Free
is.
strippers or free pizza.
I know how the city is for the market. Like I can even
Strippers.
guarantee you, even Drake when he's performed at Canadian Tire Center, it's not fucking capped, sold out. There is still, I guarantee it's not to the rim, like
Yeah.
sold out.
Well, that's
There's
why.
no
I
way.
went
That's
there for
why
50, bro.
That's
50 was
why.
sold out.
That's why
Even then, no,
artists
I
have
guarantee it
started
was an
doing
odd seat,
circular
not sold,
stages,
with fucking
Yeah.
shit like that.
so they can actually
It
Oh,
was
get
sell
more.
out.
the biggest spot in Ottawa.
Yeah, because usually
But it should be
usually
not
they
in the
pick
fucking
an end
other
to set the
city.
stage up, and
Shouldn't be
and
in
there'd be
Canada.
nobody
Yeah.
behind that.
Yeah.
But a lot of artists now do center stages where they can sell out, like
Yeah,
for
I like
real.
that.
So when I was really
Yeah.
younger, when I was much younger, like little elementary school, like 6, 7,
Yeah.
like I was a big fan of the Backstreet Boys. Like
Yeah,
I loved the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Backstreet
Me
Boys.
too, man.
I
For
went to
real.
see
When
them.
I was young,
Yo,
yeah.
what do you mean? Yo, what are you laughing at, bro? Yo, quit playing games
With
with
my
my
heart,
Yo,
yeah,
yo, if you
shit.
don't like Backstreet Boys,
Backstreet
like shit.
Yo,
All right, 100%,
I wanted
man.
to be
Yo,
Nick
I'm
Carter,
like,
bro.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
trying to
I think
look
everybody
cool,
did
yeah,
that.
but you gotta
Backstreet
like
Boys
that
was
shit.
the shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
So I actually went to see one of their shows. I got backstage pass, everything.
Nice.
Auntie, she blessed the pack, bro.
That's
I went and
awesome.
I met them all as a kid. You know.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah, yeah.
shit.
So yo, they were center stage. These motherfuckers were flying in the air.
Oh
dude.
yeah,
They had
that's
like the
wild.
They were flying in the fucking air, bro. I
Crazy.
remember. Like motherfucker flew right in front of me, bro.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was insane, bro.
That's wild.
Backstreet's
It was
on ice.
insane.
It's an experience.
Insane.
Yeah,
Backstreet's
Backstreet's
in the
on
air.
ice. Yeah.
Backstreet's
They
in the air,
spit that,
bro.
right?
But
Yeah.
yo, but
They
like
spit that, right?
the amount of money that was behind these guys, bro,
Oh shit.
and the amount of power that was behind just their production, like the school I went to, they showed me like, bro, like we had to split up all their tracks with a tape machine. Like we had to cut everything up manually.
What about
Yeah.
NSYNC?
And we didn't have like the Pro Tools.
Wasn't a
Same
fan.
thing with NSYNC.
Yeah, NSYNC and
I
Same
was-
shit,
I
around
wasn't a
the same
fan.
time,
Yeah,
same
literally,
They
time.
were,
one's
yeah.
Kinda like, it's like you either conservative or
good
liberal.
fucking
It's like you
music.
either NSYNC or your Backstreet Boys. I
The
swear.
amount
I
of
w-
work that was
yeah.
put into the production and the engineering of this shit.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Unheard
wild.
of.
It was the biggest
amount of
biggest
fucking work-
shows back then, you know.
Also the shows, just like everything, it was so much was put into it. Like
Yeah.
it was a massive team of people that were used to create these
For sure.
artists.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Since I've been sitting down.
All right. If you had a chance to really relive one day of your life, what day would that be?
What day?
Today, because this is the best day of my
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
damn
on the
right. You're on
fucking
4G
podcast
audio,
right now.
baby.
Yeah.
Gang.
That's what's up.
I'll give you a real answer, but I'll let him go first.
I want to think. No, I kind of want to say the day I graduated college. Like so far in my life, like the day I graduated college, because it's like the hardest engineering college to get out of, like for audio. Like
Yeah,
and like my
That's a
family
big
was
day.
there, my brother was there, my mom was there, my stepdad was there. It was a blessing.
nice.
Like,
Yeah,
and I was there with whoever. You know what I mean? It was fucking.
blessing.
it's a
It
big
was a
day.
blessing, you know. But like also like I don't know, like. I think the first day my nonna taught me how to make sauce too is a good day.
Yeah, no
Sauce.
doubt. That's a
You know what I
big
mean? Shout out
day.
Nonna,
Sauce.
bro. Shout out Nonna
Yeah.
Maria, bro. Like fuck.
Yeah,
I
that's
still
awesome.
make that sauce today, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Gang sauce. That pomodoro, that
Oh, yeah.
sugo. You know what I mean? That sugo.
That's susu.
That susu, that sugo.
What's that mean? Sauce?
Huh?
What's that mean? Sauce?
Sugo?
Sugo?
The susu,
Sugo?
I think, is made up.
Sugo is like it's like a meat. It's like a meat. It's Sicilian meat sauce.
Right.
You know what I mean? With that.
It's usually, what I tell my
Yeah.
sister.
I'm not sure if I'm turned on or hungry right now.
All right. Last question. Last
Meat
question.
sauce.
So we've asked the book the reading the book question, but now
I don't read books.
we ask you: would you rather know when you die or how you die?
Oh.
When?
I would rather know when.
Yeah?
You know why?
Fuck yeah.
Because I can influence how.
No, you can't though.
No, you can't because you always die the way you die.
No, but if
That's
it's
right.
no, but if you're
come back in the frame 'cause I gotta
yo,
fix
but
it.
listen,
Yeah.
Because
we've
how
already,
you die, how
but
you
yo,
die will always be how you die. No
yeah,
matter what you do.
well,
Yeah.
no, yeah, so yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So, but
just
the
like
thing is, but
butterflies,
listen,
like, your
yo,
actions could influence it.
but hey, yo, but
if you
listen,
know how
but
you
yo,
die,
listen, yeah, but listen,
you're gonna be
listen.
walking on eggshells your whole
But yo,
life.
we've gone through this 244
Exactly.
times.
Against that.
Yeah.
But we've gone through this a bunch of times, and the thing is like one thing I thought of was I was like, hey, yeah, if you knew when you're gonna die, you could just hide in your house and go, yeah, I'm not gonna go
No,
out and
you
die,
still
right?
die.
No, I know. Listen, that's what I'm saying is that okay? Now picture you're like, hey, I know I'm gonna die at this time on this date.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. Don't let anyone in the house. Okay, cool. You go hide in your basement.
Yeah.
A plane fucking crashes through your house and kills you in
That's
the
what I
basement.
mean, you're
You
gonna
know what
die
I mean?
regardless.
Like, so if
Yeah.
you know when, you can't.
You just
I
have
don't
to
think
live
you
your
can
life.
influence it because
That's when.
it's when, right? Like, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's
you
when.
change one thing, you change everything.
But it's when. But then the thing is, if you know how, then you're gonna avoid that at all costs. It's like, oh, a car accident.
Are you getting push notifications on your death date?
Yeah, but you're gonna know when, though, right?
But what if it changes?
Yeah, I know, but no, it's not gonna
Either
change.
way,
You change since
When
you
you
either
die,
way-
isn't gonna change.
either way, you're gonna die.
That's
You're
it.
gonna
Yeah.
die.
That's what I'm saying. Is like,
You're
so
gonna
if you
die.
even if you
So you
hide
know when
inside,
you're
you're still
gonna
gonna die.
If you know when you're
You have a
gonna
heart
die,
attack.
it's better than knowing how. Because if you know when, you can
You
live
just
your
flipped-
life
you
to the
just flipped-
fullest.
This guy just
You
switched his
can
stance
live
twice.
you can live your life to the fullest to the point of when you're gonna die.
Okay, well you switched
Yeah,
your
yeah.
stance
But
twice though. Fuck
how
you,
you're
bro.
gonna die, you don't know when or
Yeah.
how.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I
because
mean?
even
Like,
too, someone
You know how, but you don't know when.
who was
right?
it?
So,
Someone brought that up the first time.
I forget who it was.
It might even been
I always
Dozer.
said- I always said when.
Yeah.
I don't know. But somebody said,
There, Polo
but yo,
Ball. I
listen to
always
this.
said when.
But yo, listen to this. What if somebody somebody on the show, whenever we first brought up
Yeah.
this conversation, they said,
You
but
go
like,
to the
but they
biscuit,
said,
yeah, I got it.
but they say, yo, what if you found out like how you were gonna die, but it wasn't like very specific. It was just like water.
Vague.
You
Yeah.
know, like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
then you're like, oh, I'm never going swimming. I was like, but then I said, yo, but at the same time, I'm like, I know that a gallon of water is 10 pounds, right?
Yeah.
So if someone's gallon water jug falls off the scaffolding or whatever and hits you,
in the head.
you
yeah,
could die
you're
from that,
done.
right?
You're-
So the thing
breaks
is
your neck,
like,
you're
so
done.
so what I'm saying is, if you knew, like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a car, it's gonna be water, it's gonna be this thing. If you didn't know exactly how it was, then for the rest of your life, you're gonna avoid water, you're gonna avoid cars, you're gonna avoid going outside. You know. So if you know how, I think it's, or not how, I mean when. I think that's better because you know not only how much time you have, but also if you know when. And it's vague like that, you're like, I don't know. It was something about a freezer. Like, am I in the freezer? Is it falling on me? Like, the piano? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is it? What is it? What is it? So then you'll just hide from everything and it'll just fuck up your life, you know?
Yeah, like that's the way I see it. Is when is definitely better.
Yeah.
For me, it's like you can live your life to the fullest up until your last moment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And if you know when, you can have all your affairs in order prior to your death.
That's true.
So that
yeah.
it lessens the blow to your family. Because a lot of times, most of the times, when you die, your family is left cleaning up your mess
That's true.
and your business. You know, as I've learned in, like, you know, when my pops died,
Yeah.
you know, like I had to clean up his apartment. I went in there myself. It was so hard, bro. Like, I can't even explain. And then Dip and like his affairs, like shout out Skinny. He's like dealing with his fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's done so much for the family. He's done so much. You know what I mean? And then there's only so much I can talk about that. But like, shout out Skinny. Case in
Yeah.
point. And it's the truth of the matter is there's so much to deal with after someone's death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you know exactly when you're dying, you can handle most of your business prior to that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it lessens the blow to your family and
So you're
your
thinking.
friends.
So you're thinking about others.
Well, but that's
Nah, I know. No, it's good. That's a good thing. I know for
Like,
sure. That's what I'm
personally,
saying.
like,
No,
you
it's
know,
good.
Like, I think about others already. Like, I do good things every day. Like, I help people every day. Like,
Yeah. No,
I
but
do,
I'm saying
like-
it's a good thing
like,
though. It's
you know what I
you're
mean?
more
Like-
worried about.
like for example, like today, like I did a nice thing today. Like when I was at the store, there was this guy. Like he was short like 10 cents on his purchase. I was like, "Don't worry, I got you." Boom. Like I
Nice.
took care of it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a
That's
small,
all,
nice thing, but
yeah.
it's a nice thing. It's a plus.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's like, "Thank you, man. I really appreciate it." Da, da, da. And he's a regular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, "I got you." He's like, "I got no change." Okay, no problem. I got you. You know what I mean? So like, just little
Yeah.
good things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man. It goes a long way.
and it helps your conscience. It helps you sleep at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I did something good. I feel good about it. Thank God.
It's,
You know what I mean?
it's
Like,
positivity, man. It's energy
it's
that
positive
you.
energy.
Yeah. You know,
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's karma, man.
exactly.
Nah,
It's-
100% good.
well,
That's what you-
it's everything. It makes you just feel better. You know,
What you
it,
put out,
it
you get
does.
back.
It's cleansing in a way, right? Like,
100%.
fuck yeah, man. Yo, appreciate you boys coming out tonight,
Yeah,
man.
man. Thanks for having
Thanks,
us,
man.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Fucking right. Record amount of pisses.
I would
Yeah, I
say,
was
yeah.
gonna
Yo,
say, like,
for
I think
sure.
I-
It's been
a while
I
for
think
me.
at least
This guy
this guy
usually
got two with
takes
me. I
it.
had at
Usually
least
takes it,
three.
though.
You had 5.
Yeah.
No, it was 3 or 4. I didn't have
You had
I
5.
five.
swear,
You
man.
fully
Like
had
when
five.
when I do drink,
I'll
I'm
back. I think it was
pissing, man.
3 or 4.
Recorded
5.
either way. So
No,
yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
5.
I had 0. I'm a legend.
Yeah, it's because you drinking fucking nothing.
Bro, I had 3 fucking
I'll
drinks,
better
bro.
take Styles crutches and hit you with them. Better go offline now, guys.
Yo, I'll
We
hit you
got
with a
some
hot
shit to deal with.
I'll hit you
Really?
with a hot mop.
Better hit the mute real
But
quick.
before we do
Put
that,
nice music
Alright.
where it goes mute and you see the
Yo, listen
upscale
here,
view.
bro.
before we do that, tell everybody where they can find you. What you got coming?
You know where you guys can find me?
At
Wherever.
the corner of Montreal
Yeah.
and
It's pretty much
Hannah,
the same
you know what I'm
right
saying?
now. Right now, I don't really have my. Just follow me on Instagram, Evan.labonte.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, he's got music
if
coming.
I decide I want
Let's go.
to become, the biggest kingpin rapper of all time, but if it's just
Montreal and Hannah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But if you just want to see some normal releases, Montreal and Hannah, yeah.
Yeah, that's where he
At the
works.
LCBO on Montreal Road. You know what I'm saying? Gang.
I also sometimes
We out here pitching. You know what I mean?
you know what? Follow the podcast, 4G Audio Podcast. Follow my boy Tino Bambino.
613 Tino
Follow Evan
on all
Labonte,
platforms.
all that. I'm just- currently, I'm
613
just- this is
Tino
about- I can't
on
even
all
get off what I'm
platforms.
saying. You guys.
613 Tino on
got
all
it, we got it.
platforms.
Yeah, man, give her a screen apple,
on all
man.
platforms.
You don't mind AIDS?
All right, it's a gang thing. Oh, no. Yeah, man, you can't catch
Yeah,
it if you already
that's
got
Don't
it,
mind
baby.
Polo either, eh?
Go bang, yo. This guy's
You don't
been
mind
here before.
Brokeback Mountain?
Brokeback Mountain. All right, that's enough of that. Any motherfucker way. Thank you guys for coming through, man. Appreciate you big time.
Always, man.
Always a fucking blast with you, Tino.
Always a blast.
Shit. All right, Goth Boy Click. Everybody already knows. I'm Stylez the Prophet.
I am B Show.
And I'm Jones.
And I got a big dick.
Together with the base, 4.5 inches, huge.
Negative.
Together with the Basement Weirdos, this is 4G Audio Podcast. This is my new tattoo. I love you, gang. Peace out.
Catch y'all in the next
See
one.
you on 245, which will be.